I'm perfectly qualified to talk about this conversation. I am a level 70 paladin, holy a retribution, and I know exactly what I have to say. We're talking video games, folks. All right. This is my level of expertise because I haven't gotten laid in a long time. I'm here with Schmeckel, Trippy Poop, and Placeholder Films. All right. I'm gonna go pop a pimple. You guys, let's talk about E3. Fucking gross.
E3 or the pimple?
A little bit of both. No, not really. E3 was actually pretty cool.
I haven't had a chance to watch it. I've heard a lot of exciting things, specifically about Spyro.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'm sure there's people talking about it. For me, I didn't really care because I didn't play Spyro. I've been actually gushing and like drooling over the fact that Smash Brothers is coming back.
Yes, new Smash Brothers. Finally,
I wasn't aware of that.
Switch I bought.
Well, all right. People were speculating because we saw there was like a trailer for something at like a Nintendo Treehouse, which is their like live stream announcement stream that they do, and they had one where you see like new characters got suggested. You got to see the Smash Brothers logo, and everyone went nuts over that. The speculation was, is this a re-release, like an HD re-release of the old game, or is this a new game? And it's kind of a combination of the two. From what we tell, they're releasing a game that has all the levels from previous games and all the characters from previous games. And it's all coming back, and it's called like Smash Bros. Unlimited. And they announced like a few new characters like Daisy and what was that?
I'm sorry. Bringing in Daisy is not exciting. They already have Peach.
Well, that's just it. One of the things they also announced is that there'll be a series of characters that are going to be called shadow characters, and these shadow characters are essentially the exact same characters as them with a few extra features. So they only play slightly different, but they're essentially the same. So you're right. Daisy is Peach, and that's exactly the point. But there are a few new things added in. I don't know what they are, but I mean that's the thing.
I feel like that's been what Nintendo's been doing for at least the past 10 years. Same thing, plus a couple added features.
Yeah, and that's because their money isn't really in making new stuff. It's just bringing back old stuff, which is it's done them well for a good many years.
Oh yeah, I mean, the Mario, Link, shit like that. But I mean, eventually people are gonna catch on that this Smash Brothers game is the same as the last one, plus like 2 characters.
Yes, and probably a few more characters as time goes on because we're, as it gets closer, there of course they'll make announcements here and there.
It wouldn't surprise me if this was the final Smash Brothers game, because if I remember correctly, the last one was supposed to be like the last one, and the community pitched to fit. So I think this might be just them appeasing the community to get them off their backs long enough they can actually work on proper games.
Well, God damn it, Schmegel. There are certain legality issues in the creation of these games. God damn, Schmegel, stop that.
What, did you get a soundboard?
Yes. So, like, there's a lot of characters and there's a lot of properties, but the game overall is run by I can't pronounce Japanese names. It's like Sakugai or something like that.
Oh, Sakurai.
Thank you, Sakurai. He's essentially the guy who is responsible for the making of Smash Brothers and running of Smash. Like, if there's anything Smash Brothers, he's working on it, and that's because he's got the legal authority to do so. He's also the creator of Kirby, but he wants to move on to do something else. He's tired of doing Smash Brothers, but he's not willing to let go of the legal rights to this game. So, like, when he goes, Smash Brothers goes with him. So, I mean, and I can understand that because he's the one who pitched this fighting game, and Nintendo can't really make a new fighting game without him because that's sort of what defines the genre.
They've used up all the fucking characters.
Yeah, so I mean, and I don't think that that money's an issue because I mean they could throw all the money in the world at him and he could easily come up with more Smash Bros. If he wanted to. He's just really sick of the game. and I don't blame him. He wants to move on.
He's probably sick of it for the same thing I was talking about earlier. It's the same goddamn game. He's been making the same fucking game for over a decade.
Yeah, and that's fine. I think maybe a break would be fine. Go out, make some new games, or take a holiday. You know, recharge your battery, and if you feel like coming back and making another Smash Brothers 5 years down the road, here's hope it doesn't take that long, but it could.
Dude, they should totally make like Nintendo's version of Grand Theft Auto, where it's just Mario on a big wheel, and he just steals big wheels from other players, or the Mario Karts.
Yeah, could do that. I know Sonic tried making his own,
Yoshi,
making his own little mini kart racing game, and it didn't quite work out. So who knows?
I think my biggest issue with Smash right now is non-Nintendo characters in my Nintendo property. Like, when was Solid Snake ever on a Nintendo console?
Yeah, that's one of the things I like about Super Smash Bros. Is that they've brought in these characters from other companies.
Well, I mean, Metal Gear was on the GameCube. Metal Gear 2.
Was it?
Yeah, it had a GameCube re-release.
Huh.
And I think it was on the Virtual Console or whatever. So I mean, it's been on there, but you're right. These aren't exclusive characters to these particular games, and that's fine. I mean, I don't think it's a terrible thing. I mean, they were on at one point. The only ones that weren't, obviously, was Cloud, because he's almost been an exclusive Sony character, and here he is in a Smash Brothers game with apparently
you get Pac-Man, the Game and Watch guy. There were a few that were, I don't think, ever in Nintendo games.
Game and Watch
is a Nintendo property, though.
Yeah, it's
one but he was never on the Nintendo proper. He was always his own thing, right?
No, he was on some Wario game, WarioWare or something.
Okay.
He's been around, but you're right. He hasn't been a mainstay character. So I mean, I can get that. I understand. Other characters, like I will say this: I'm sick of seeing all these Fire Emblem characters in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Especially since they're all the same fucking character. They are reskins of the same goddamn character.
Well, and actually, now that you brought that up, some of the characters have been classified as shadow characters, so they are essentially convert. Like, yeah, they're just admitting, yeah, they're the same character, just different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's fine, and I get why they did that, because Fire Emblem was huge, and I think he's good friends with the guy who made Fire Emblem, or the Fire Emblem team. So I get that.
Yeah, I can understand how most of these characters made it in, even the ones from other companies. My issue is that there hasn't been a whole lot of advancement in terms of actual gameplay. It's just been new characters, new stages, maybe a new mode, which is essentially the same thing, but with a story between fights.
Well, to be fair, I mean, that's the problem with all fighting games. All fighting games are just the same thing. You just stand around and you fight. There's not really much you can do. Some games try to have story modes, but almost everyone hates them. So,
fucking new movesets, multiple fucking plot lines, basically anything but the exact same thing. Make it in 3 dimensions instead of 2. You know, like change something, advance somehow other than superficially.
I think
they did make Zelda and Sheik 2 different characters and added to both of their movesets, so that's technically advancement. But
yeah,
I think
I watched a little bit of the stream earlier on Nintendo's E3 presentation, and Zelda Williams was playing Sheik, of course, and Sheik looked pretty much the same in terms of what I've seen from previous games. but I'm wondering how her like final smash has changed, because each of those characters now has a final smash, even the ones that didn't, that are from previous games. I'm also wondering if they're going to bring like, I think I saw Wolf on there from Star Fox.
Yes, Wolf is in there.
And he
I'm
probably has the same fucking moveset as Fox and Falco.
No,
I'm really hoping he doesn't. Like, I like Falco more than I like Fox because he's faster, but
Wolf is more like a Wolverine. He just sort of slashes a lot and jumps. So he's more animalistic than the other characters. So no,
I hope he's more melee focused than he is ranged focused. That would be nice.
Yeah, from what I saw the stream that they did earlier, then yeah, it's going to be more melee focused. So Wolf is his own character. Falcon or Falco or whatever his name is, he's pretty much just a shadow character at this point.
Okay, because they have had some characters that they've added over time that have been original. Like you just had a shot of Charizard up there, the Pokemon trainer. The 3 different characters, 3 different move sets. That was a step in the right direction.
Yeah. Although if I had to guess, I think they might add some characters from ARMS because that was a new game that just came out. Although no one's talking about it anymore, so I don't know if it's dead in the water.
I don't know.
I've never
about
heard of this game.
ARMS.
Yeah.
It slightly broke the internet with one of their newer trailers before the release because they released a new character or character trailer, if you will, and everyone just kept talking about the booty.
But do she got a booty? She do.
She do. Not her. I don't know who the character. I can't remember the character. Some black chick.
Black chick number 367.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, black chick with a booty. Yeah, go figure.
That's the first time I've ever seen a booty on a black chick. Except for I was born in Detroit, so that's kind of a lie.
Oh yeah. I can see that. Yeah, who knows?
Shit, back in the I was going to say back in the 70s, they used to say, last one out of Detroit, make sure you turn the lights out. It was only white people saying that. So fucked up.
I get it, because black people are afraid of the dark.
Oh, really?
It's a very old stereotype.
Citation needed, sir.
Afraid of the dark, afraid of ghosts, afraid of the male. It's
people used to make fun of being black back in school. Like the one kid, he waited for the teacher to leave, and then he goes, "Hey, everybody! If I were to shut the lights off right now, all you'd see is a bunch of teeth and eyeballs." And he was black too.
But so much other than Smash Brothers. What the fuck looked good from E3? I've heard good things about Spyro, and I heard some shitty things about some new hires in some certain companies.
I don't know too much about that, but I will say that there was a surprise runaway hit, a new game that was announced at E3. Some of you guys may have heard of it. It was the new Gears of War Funko Pop edition.
Ugh. Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Oh,
no
Lord.
one cares about that.
Isn't that like a mobile game or whatever?
It is. It's for the kid. It's for the kiddies. Yeah, when you can.
That and fucking Red Alert, Command and Conquer coming to mobile and not PC. Like
Really?
They announced a new Command and Conquer mobile game. And everybody who likes the Command and Conquer series was like, okay, guys, what the fuck? Because we've been waiting for one for years. Oh, man. The new Gears. Yeah, see, there it is. It looks a little bit like XCOM, which I'm not opposed to. So does the new Gears mobile game. That's the one that looks like XCOM. But like, how? What the fuck are they doing? Like, I get that it's their property. Don't get me wrong, but nobody asked for a Command and Conquer mobile game.
Command and Conquer.
It seems like you should probably go for the audience you've already captured. Maybe put out a fucking mobile game, but continue to pump out the shit people actually want.
Didn't Arnold Schwarzenegger, Blue and Green, and Bronzenberger used to do ads for Command and Conquer?
All I heard there was Jew.
Mobile Strike.
I
Need it for Mobile Strike.
It's Schwarzenegger, Blue and Green, and Bronzenberger.
Again, I'm just hearing repetitions of the word Jew.
I could have sworn I heard him say "get to the chopper."
He said, "Get to Command and Conquer." That's what he said. Sounded like Chopper.
Adrian Blum in the chat has a very good point. It's a money grab, and that's exactly what it is. When you put out a mobile game, you can do those fucking microtransactions.
Oh yeah, and that's why I will not be playing that game.
Well, no, it's probably going to be one of those things where you can do a little bit, and then you got to wait like 8 hours before you can do the next thing. That's not a fun game.
No, it's
A
not.
game for me should not be playable in the time it takes to take a shit.
Yeah. See,
You know what does look fun though? Resi 2 remake.
Really? Like
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2.
Oh, it looks beautiful. I want to play it so bad. I need to get a PS4.
What was Resident Evil 2 originally on? Was that PS2?
I think it was the original PlayStation, wasn't it?
I want to say so too, because I think I had it on Nintendo 64. I had one of the Resident Evils on Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the original PlayStation.
Yeah, it was a 98.
Yeah, so that's probably the one I had on 64.
Yeah, I wasn't too much of a Resident Evil fan, so
Me
wasn't
neither.
really for me. I didn't mind them.
I
Yeah.
really hope that they don't lock us into the fucking same camera angles and give us like Resi 4 camera at least.
No, they got to take the same fucking game storyline and all that, and do something like they did with 7. That was a fucking give or take some things. That was a well-made game.
Huh.
I heard the first half of Resi 7 was good, and then it turned into every other Resident Evil game.
Plot-wise, yeah.
I have a friend who's so into Resident Evil. She's just like, you gotta get this one, you gotta get this one, you gotta get this one. Just come on. And then I'll get one of them, and she's the only person I know that plays it.
Yeah, I got a couple friends who just gush over that new Persona game, and I'm like, I don't fucking care.
No.
It's one of those like turn-based RPGs, which almost always piss me off, unless it's tactics-based, in which case I can play that for hours. But fucking classic Final Fantasy, like turn-based, nope, I don't care. Too boring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's too slow. You've been spoiled by how quick new games are.
Well,
it's all action now. Yeah, you can't sit there and go, okay, well, I'll make this move and then wait for them to make their fucking move. It's boring.
Well, there's a couple reasons for that. One of which being is that we're guys. We have adrenaline glands. We want things to move fast, and we want.
I believe women have those too.
Yes, they do, but ours is different and bigger. We need something
Stronger,
Giggity.
faster.
Yeah, that's also why we die sooner. Believe it or not, it's because our adrenaline gland is too big, and we're wearing ourselves out at a level that women just cannot compete with. That's why we die. But yeah, no, that's why we like our action games. But yeah, tactics games like Final Fantasy Tactics, it feels more like a chessboard, like those types of games. I fucking love those. I don't know why. I like them. I can't stand Final Fantasy, but love me some Tactics.
Don't think I've ever played it.
It depends on the game, but yeah, there's a couple of them.
Yeah, I could play either game, and to be fair, I'm probably better at the ones where I don't have to think quick. But they're more fun when they're more action oriented.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't tend to like games where it's like, hey, it's the other person's turn. Stand there and get hit.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. Like a large portion of the game should not be stand and wait.
Yeah, dude, it's like you fall asleep, you're taking a nap, and then you wake up, you're like, oh shit, I forgot I was in a fight.
No, oh well, yeah, motherfucker's just been waiting for me to make my move. All good.
Well, I mean,
they're so nice waiting for me to just throw my fucking sword right into their face. They're so polite for waiting.
Like they're waiting to fight you. It's like, why don't I just call one of my allies to stab him in the back of the head?
Right. Or trick him into stabbing himself in the back of the head twice.
Yeah.
Mysteriously.
I used to think it was funny watching Link run and like Ocarina of Time, because if you ran with your weapon out, I think his sword would always go through his leg.
Yes, it would.
I'm like, that just looks dangerous. Why are they telling us that we should run around with swords?
I'm sure it's perfectly fine. I mean, you get to disobey your parents in
I
the
dressed
games.
just like them. Yeah, it's like I dressed just like Link, and I was running around with my sword from Hyrule, and now I cut my leg in half.
Fucking
game didn't tell me that happened.
Oh god, that Ghost game with the samurais against the Mongols. Oh, that game looks amazing. Did you guys? How much of E3 did you guys watch?
I didn't watch all of it.
A small portion.
I was out for most of the day. I saw like yesterday and the day before. That's about it. Today I have some catching up to do.
So, I know Zell was saying in my chat earlier that he watched the entire thing, the entire E3, but he's over there on that other channel doing that other thing. He's on Lo-Fi's channel doing proper villains. So, yeah, I had to go look. I forgot what they were called for a minute. Except for Lo-Fi's name, I didn't forget that. But just being sure, true. Yeah.
But that fucking samurai game looked amazing. Neo 2 I'm excited for, because the first game was really good. Kind of indifferent toward Nier Automata getting ported over to the Xbox One. I don't know why they didn't just do that from the start. It's the same fucking console.
Yeah, dude. Didn't they talk about I can't remember the name of the game, but it's been in production for over a year, and they just talked about how they're going to release the beta for it, or it may have been a game that was already in beta for over a year, and they just talked about how they were going to release it. It was Microsoft that were speaking on it. I can't remember what game it was, though.
For a moment there, I thought you were trying to make fun of me looking up Kingdom Hearts. Thinking, no, it was not a year. It's been 10 years. Thank you very much.
Well, think about how long it was for the Duke Nukem game and how much of a disappointment it turned out to be.
Who fucking plays Duke Nukem?
Right.
By that, I mean the new one.
The game.
I mean, everyone plays the original, but
Okay, see, I feel for Kingdom Hearts players. I really do. But when you wait as long as StarCraft players had to wait, I mean, we had to wait 12 years, so...
Careful bringing up StarCraft. It tends to summon a certain person.
Oh, does it?
I'm just saying. I don't even know what the fuck StarCraft is.
What?
It's fun. It's this amazing real-time strategy where you run around and you murder a bunch of people.
It depends on who you play as. You can play as humans or Terran or Protoss. Two alien factions. One's like Xenomorph, and then the other ones are like just psychic aliens.
So you've got your Terrans, which are your humans, and then you've got your Protoss. They're the psychic aliens. They have really cool abilities, and some of their higher level units can merge into what are called what is it? Archons. That's what it is. And then they're the Zerg. They're the Xenomorph, I'm going to eat your species and integrate its DNA. They're like Bio-Borg almost.
Oh.
One word.
Well,
Trippy, I've never
yeah.
played this game, but remember, they don't pay us to advertise, so I don't like them.
Exactly.
Terrible game,
I
shit
never
company.
heard of StarCraft before I heard of that guy. You know which guy?
Which guy?
The guy that's named after that other video game. Destiny.
Right.
I'd never heard of StarCraft until I heard of that jackass.
Oh.
The only video of Destiny's I've ever watched was the time he streamed our stream. So I'm not familiar with what he plays.
That guy's head's so far up his ass, he's finding kids. Wait a minute.
He streamed your stream.
Well, he was part of the stream. Like he was in there. He was arguing with Tonka. But yeah, he was streaming it over to Twitch while he did so. Brocus, your avatar got gayer.
There's a special reason for that. I can explain.
Are you out of the closet?
No. So recently,
that's his edgy 14-year-old OC donut steal.
Oh my god! I saw Lo-Fi. What the fuck? Are you guys gonna Boku no Hero this whole thing?
No. It's not. Well, I mean, yeah. Basically, okay. So here's the backstory. Zell recently got into Boku no Hero, aka My Hero Academia, and he loves the series. For good reason, obviously. It's fucking amazing. And while watching it, Zell and we sometimes do this thing where we will actually like see ourselves in certain characters and stuff. And he immediately took to Kaminari, the electric guy who goes retarded if he uses too much of his power. And while he and I were talking about that, he said that I was like Kirishima, which is the character that I'm using, who is a hot-headed dude who basically has the power to turn his body into like indestructible rock body and all that shit. And so we just kind of chose different characters from the series to temporarily use as our avatars and call ourselves the anime cartel, poking fun at the anime mafia.
Oh my god.
Stupid, yes, I know, but funny.
That's all right. I fucking love that show. It's amazing.
Right. Have you been keeping up with it? Season 3?
Yes. Well, I keep up with the dubs. So, I mean, like, if there's a new dub, I'll watch that, obviously.
The dub and the sub are literally happening side by side on the site that I've been watching it on. So I can watch both, which I do, at the exact same time each week.
Yeah, but it fucking sucks because you have to wait till the next one comes out.
That's true. Yeah. I caught up, and now I have to go back on waiting a week.
I hate it. I fucking hate it. Just be done already. Yeah, no, I love. Yes, it's if you don't watch anime, at least watch this show. It's so fucking good.
Mm-hmm. I would say this is a gateway drug for the newest types of anime out there. This is what Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star, and Trigun were for the 90s, for like gateway anime that people would get into, and very successful and very popular over here.
You know, I wish they could actually air it on TV like they used to, but they can't do that. And part of the reason is that, one, it's more violent because there's, superheroes fighting villains and all that kind of shit. But also, like, almost every woman has, like, a pair of double Ds. They don't, like, bounce like they do in a lot of anime, but they're there. It's a little hard to ignore them. And
of course, Samaj noticed the difference in titty bounciness between old and new anime.
Well,
Samaj is not the only one. Let's be honest.
It's no High School of the Dead, but my God, they're still luxurious. You also have to remember we're living in a time when a lot of cartoon female characters in Western shows are essentially being like creators are being told to like reduce the breast size to the point where like every woman is in the A cup, if they're even allowed to have breasts at all. Like,
well, see, you have to remember there are a certain subset of anime fans who think that flat is justice. So I guess they're appealing to that level of weeb, which is unfortunate because it ruins it for most people.
To be fair, flat tits are realism if they're, trying to portray Asian countries appropriately.
Well, by our standards, according to them, the women over here, their boobs are too big. Because like our C cups over here are their double Ds. So
well, yeah, smaller frame or smaller framed women with the same bust size, you're probably going to get a bigger cup size over there.
Real quick, Sekiro, that's the game I was talking about earlier. The one, the ghost fucking samurai dude. Sekiro looks like an amazing game.
Yeah, we're just talking E3 stuff right now. One of the games I'm looking forward to, even though we'll never, I guess I won't know what's going on until it comes out, is Death Stranded.
Yes.
Oh, see, and here's the other.
God.
Well, and here's the other thing. I've actually never played a Kojima game, never once. I am super interested in this one. I would imagine I'm going to be super confused.
Probably. Well, I'm really excited for it for not only because it's a Kojima game, but Guillermo del Toro is also involved, and he's one of my favorite horror directors.
Yeah, I don't even know what he's doing in this, but I am curious.
I think in last year's E3, he was actually featured in one of the trailers.
He was. He got like sucked into the ground or something.
Well,
he was like he was hiding under a bridge, holding a container with a baby in it, and as like undead Nazi soldiers were marching on top of the bridge above him. It was like, what the fuck is going on? Why are there skeletal Nazis walking around? Why is
and then the invisible hand-footed things?
Oh yeah, the invisible monsters that you can't see, but you know they're there. If you make a sound, you're fucking dead.
God, it's like playing through what is it? A Quiet Place?
Oh, yeah.
Except instead of sound, it's your breath.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is it breath? Is it sound? I mean,
it's breath.
Is it? Oh, okay.
In Death Stranding, it's breath.
Oh, okay. That might explain why they hold their mouths when they hear the monsters coming. And then there's those.
I hope we get, I hope that in the game we get to play a character who can see them, even just for 5 seconds. I just want to see what they look like.
Yeah. Well, I'm also trying to figure out who that female character is that we saw in the last trailer. The one with the jacket that has spikes to come out and it says "fragile" on her. I'm like, fragile? Like, what? Is that just there to look cool, or are you actually fragile? I don't know.
Knowing Kojima, there's got to be some meaning to it. Like maybe she'll shatter if she gets hit, or maybe everybody who can see them has that moniker. But I'm excited for it. I cannot wait. And that's the first game I'm going to get. As soon as it's released, I'm going to get a PS4 and it.
Yeah, you might as well. Who knows when it's going to come out? But you know it's going to come. It's going to be weird, but it'll be great. Let's see, what else is there? Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, that's another game that everyone's going crazy over.
That's the fucking Disney one, right?
Yeah, the Disney Final Fantasy crossover one, yeah.
Which makes me wonder, so how far involved is Square Enix and Disney if they're allowing Square Enix to handle their property?
Well, previous times they treated it as just like, oh, you're just using characters in a video game. Okay, fine, whatever. They didn't really care. And then they had a meeting, and then because Disney wanted to get more into video games, so Disney decided to be more hands-on with the future titles. As a result of that, what they ended up doing is they got more closely with the film division, the guys who make all the animated movies, and they actually just gave Square the character models from the movies. That's why the characters look so good in the PS in this new game. It's like, oh wow, Elsa from Frozen looks just like the one in the movie. Well, that's because that is the one from the movie. They just gave him the model, which is great because it looks fucking fantastic.
What are we talking about now?
Kingdom Hearts.
Fuck that game series. I hate that goddamn game series.
I never saw the fucking appeal.
Neither did I.
As if you're a kid, maybe. You know, hey, it's fucking Mickey Mouse. It's great. But, as an adult, I don't get it.
Well,
Yeah,
let me ask you: do you like Legend of Zelda?
Yes.
Oh, then you'll like Kingdom Hearts. It's essentially Legend of Zelda.
No, it's not. That's a lie.
It's not Legend of Zelda. Don't even try to fucking lie like it is. It's this bastard unholy union of Final Fantasy and Disney RPG. That's it.
And not even the good parts of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, you're right. It's very loosely in there, but the gameplay is essentially a lot like Legend of Zelda. The difference is that there's a lot more acrobatic nonsense that goes on, and magic and classic Square Enix superpowers that make no sense unless you're a Square Enix game.
Yeah, it seemed to play a lot more like a Disgaea game than it did a proper Kingdom Hearts game from what I saw from the gameplay they showed. That being said, I'm interested in the Toy Story world because, like, buddy of mine, real into the series, never had a Toy Story world until this one, and I'm wondering why it took so long. But that's the only world I'm interested in.
Because Disney had to buy Nintendo. Wait, not yet. I don't think, right?
Yeah,
no,
not yet, not yet.
Okay.
They probably can't afford to do it after the bomb that is the Star Wars movies.
Maybe.
Oh God! And Battlefront 2.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. At least the EA and Battlefront 2, they apologize for the fuck ups that they made. At least, but Disney, the Lucasfilms, they don't apologize for their movies. So that's why they're taking as much as they did. If they would just say, yeah, okay, we know these movies aren't what the fans want. We're sorry for all that. We'll do better for our next one. Trust us. That would save a lot of face, and they wouldn't be in the predicament that they're in. But they refuse to do that. And that's probably why there's a bit of a shakeup going on at Lucasfilm.
Speaking of Star Wars, I finally got the chance to see The Last Jedi, and all I have to say is Space Mary Poppins.
I know, right? She's a fucking flying nun.
She's got to go, hang out with some children and teach them the right way to do things and how to clean their bedrooms and what love is actually useful for.
She had to hurry and fly back to the ship because at any second now, Yondu would catch up to her and get in before her.
Am I to understand that in Star Wars now all the ladies can fly, or is it just one person?
It's just her.
Trippy.
It's just her.
I know it's been a long time.
Force powers.
I know it's been a long time since Trippy or Samaj or Brockus or. I'm just gonna assume you too, placeholder. I've been with a lady, but they can all fly nowadays. It's natural evolution. It's been within like the last 3 years since women really started being empowered. Part of that empowerment was the ability of flight.
Well, damn.
Yeah,
they got that when they got the ability to vote, or what?
Oh no! This was about 3 years ago when feminism got back in the news.
Suddenly, it's queef power.
Oh my god, that's why I love you. Oh my god,
she just comes flying by and all you hear is.
They need some method of propulsion.
She says, "Spread your legs, pinch your muscle, and well."
There you go. Wolfine knows what's up.
That was probably the one time.
Say, yeah. The one of the redeeming qualities of Last Jedi was Luke in terms of like the end of the movie. I like that they introduced a new force power. I'm interested in how it works in canon. I would really hope that Lucasfilms and LucasArts like expands on that force power of force projection to the point of creating solid objects until the caster dies. And then, like, why there isn't a range limit on that when there seems to be on other force powers, and why there's no, like, that seems like an OP power for him to just waste time with.
So before
for him to become, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say before I comment on that, I did want to make one last queef joke. It was probably the only time Kegels actually saved a life. Sorry. one of the things that was discovered, because a lot of things have been coming out slowly as shit keeps hitting the fan. It turns out that Last Jedi was filmed on the first draft of the script, which means that they
That
literally
explains so much.
they just wrote it and immediately started filming. They didn't send it off. They didn't have it edited. They didn't have it looked over. They didn't nothing. They just said, "Good film."
I wonder how much of it was plagiarized, because like the back half of the movie felt an awful lot like Empire.
It's supposed to. Part of the problem with this is that I think they were given the exclusive direction that, hey, we want to echo the original films. At the same time, we're just going to destroy them as we go. It's fucking.
But the original.
Now, but we have a couple comments in chat I'd like to address because I'm bored of this topic. First off, Skeptic Simba says that Schmeckel is a spick. Skeptic Simba, I got a big ass red beard. That's all I'll say on that topic. And then I see a lot of things about Sarah. Trippy, are they talking? Are they talking about my friend Sarah?
I think they may be talking about your friend Sarah.
Why are you guys talking shit about my friend Sarah? Lo-Fi, Sarah is not a woman. Come on, Sarah. Or Lo-Fi. That's my friend you're talking about.
I would take that fuck up as an insult if I was Lo-Fi. Well, Schmeckel, apparently Sarah got banned from the Gulf City Discord today, and she was pissed off enough to live stream.
The fuck are you guys doing?
It wasn't apparently them. Like, from what she's saying, and I'm only going to go by that. I don't know how true any of it is because it's coming out of her mouth. She says that she was on the Discord talking to a friend of hers in a voice chat, and it was apparently private, and she addressed him by his first name, and so they banned her from the Discord, saying that she doxed him.
Oh, Sarah, what the fuck are you doing? I thought we were friends, and now you're going around doxing people. I've been trying to uphold your honor over here.
And naturally, she says she doesn't want to be known as a doxer, so that's going to happen.
Sarah,
I'm pretty sure.
I would like to extend the invitation for you to come in here. And first, apologize to me personally for disappointing me. Thought I could trust you. And then explain your side of this story.
You're going to have to get somebody she didn't ban from Twitter to send her the link.
Samaj, that's probably you. You're the guy, man.
Can you? What? All I know is her name's Sarah. What's her Twitter handle?
Oh, good God, I don't remember. I think it was the Snow Chimp. It sounds racist, whatever it is.
The Snow Chimp?
I can get her. I guess I can go to my DMs and see here. And she also says that apparently, not only did I share around her naked photos to everybody, but I also showed them to you guys on live stream.
Well, yeah, she keeps bringing that up. She says not only did you show it on the stream, but you admitted to showing it. I've gone back and I've looked at that stream because that stream is still up and available. All you said was, yeah, I put gross faces or puking faces over the nips.
Yeah. That doesn't mean I ever shared this shit. She's just got, her head is only that big because of her fucking ego. That's why she looks so bloated. It's just all ego. She thinks that everything's fucking about her. And like earlier, like I said, when she was live streaming about the whole thing, check the side chat, Samaj. I'm putting her Twitter in there. What the fuck did I just say? I completely lost train of thought. Oh, yeah. I ended up on her stream because her friend that was in there, he was saying that he was like a neutral party in this whole being banned on Discord situation. So I asked him for the link and he sent it to me. Yeah, he just went ahead and sent it. I don't know if he knows any of the stuff between me and her, but it kind of seemed like he was... kind of seemed like he had a heads up. And I told you in the DMs there, Schmeckel, she's saying that she can sue me because I shared her nudes, I guess. She's talking about bringing it to court.
So she sends you pictures of her tits.
Yeah.
You censor them and basically tell people you have these pictures and that you've censored them for the safety of yourself and others as a joke. Yeah. You don't really go around sharing it with anybody.
Right.
But she wants to somehow take you to court because even though she's the one who initially sent them to you unsolicited, for some reason, you're still a sexual harasser. Well, I don't know what her case is.
Well, she also said, too, that while I was in her live stream, she says that she has the audio clip of me saying that I censored them and then sent them out. And what's funny about that is, while she was on my stream, on a stream that's currently still on my channel, you can hear me say, I wouldn't send your nudes to anybody because I don't want to get in trouble for something like revenge porn. And then she says,
and also because you wouldn't do that to anybody. You're a nicer guy than that, Trippy.
Right. And she also, I don't want to blind anybody. She also says in my stream, I think she was on the stream. I'm not sure if she said that or if she was in there. I'm not sure if that was the case or if she typed it. But she said, I don't give a fuck who you send it to. I'm proud of my tits. And I told her when I was on her stream, I'm like, well, that wouldn't technically, since you're saying that I said I sent them means that I sent them. Wouldn't you saying you don't care who sees them mean that you're giving consent for me to send them? I mean, if I'm going to use her stupid fucking logic, well, there you go.
Well, don't worry, Trippy. If it comes to court, I'll hook you up with the Cuntstream lawyer.
Right.
He ain't gone to school or like passed the bar or nothing, but man, can he draw?
Oh, okay. So Samaj, I'm guessing.
I think he's talking about Futter because he's the only one with any experience in the courtroom. I think when he means draw, I think he's talking about drawing a crowd, or at least drawing the attention to him.
There you go. Ace is sharing the YouTube link of the stream on his channel, where me and Sarah first got into it. So he's in the chat with that. If anybody wants to check it out.
In the chat, we got Zell saying, I would dox your tits. After being doxed myself, I've lost any ability to have a moral compass.
Yeah, well.
That's
Zell says it's a terrible stance.
Oh my god. I think it would be more embarrassing for her, like if somebody did send her shit out, right? It would be more embarrassing for her to have to like prove to a court that they were her tits.
Yeah, actually, is her face in the picture?
No,
she would have to prove that those are her fucking titties, unless she got like tattoos or something.
I guess.
But more than that, she's got to prove that you sent them or showed them to anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I mean, I can't confirm that you didn't do that,
right?
But I can confirm that you didn't do that on the fucking stream, like she's claiming.
Yeah, because well, she said that I showed you guys the censored version, and I'm like, I didn't send. How could I have shown it to them guys on a live stream? And why would I do that?
That's something I would have remembered because I would have booted you.
Yeah, exactly. And I would expect to be booted for something like that.
You know what's kind of sad? Zell's in the chat saying, do I have to point that this is a joke? Don't dox. It'd be bad. And I'm not going to lie. It is a little upsetting to know that we've come to this point in our lives and in society where we actually have to clarify our jokes as jokes because people will actually genuinely take us seriously if we do not do that. Like, Zell and I make horrible, offensive jokes often. Sometimes we mean it, sometimes we don't. But people will take us seriously and think Zell really does hate people because of the color of their skin. And I have to explain to them he's been that way his entire life. He's white, obviously.
Wait, are you telling me that Zell doesn't hate the blacks?
Oh no, he does. Extremely. I'm just pointing out that it's a little hurtful for you to just automatically jump to that conclusion simply because he says nigger all the time.
Well, the blacks are just a family that he met, right?
Zell's got a good question. Who'd Sarah dox?
Oh, that guy Demon Hobbit, I guess. Like supposedly she didn't dox him
Demon
from
Hobbit?
what she says. Yeah, he's in the Gulf City thing, and I guess he's a moderator on the Gulf City Discord. And
Oh, is that why she got kicked out of Ghost City's Discord?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Brockers, keep up.
From what I
Right.
was told, he was the one that did it. But she's saying that they were in a private voice call on Discord, and all she did was say his first name, and she's
No, then-
claiming that that's what happened, and that wouldn't be doxing.
No, it would raise questions about how she got his name, but if it's just him she slipped it to, it's not doxing, it's just a shitty move.
Also, Demon Hobbit, like Ace is saying, that's Sarah's friend that originally backed up her claims against me.
So I just clicked onto her Twitter page, and it says this account's tweets are protected. I am very late in this whole
private
discussion, but this is kind of making me laugh because it's sort of like being blocked by the doxers all over again, except I'm not being blocked by a doxer. I'm just the doxer is trying to pretend like she's not there anymore.
Well, no, she had that like that already before I ever even met her.
Oh, fair enough. Because she was following me at one point, and I was just like,
yeah, she might still be. I think you have to follow her, and then she has to okay it or whatever. But if you notice, she changed her profile picture. I think it was because of all the jokes me and Zell made about her face.
yeah, this doesn't help either.
No,
No,
it's just as bad.
Trippy, do me a favor.
What are you making me do?
What does the new picture look like?
You want me to screen share? I don't know.
I need to get off somehow tonight, Trippy.
This might land me in court, man.
Pull up the old, that's true. You might be going to jail. Somebody else pull it up.
It's cool. I'll do it.
It's a slight improvement. She still looks like somebody's lesbian grandmother.
Right.
But it's better than the last one. I'll give her that.
It makes me wonder how she can breathe with all that fat under her nose. If that's fat, I don't know. She looks like she plugged herself into a bicycle pump and just started pumping.
Jowly.
Yeah. Like if she were to shake her head side to side, there'd be an earthquake.
You do the fucking Richard Nixon fucking.
Yeah. She's going to be doing that pretty
Careful,
soon.
sister,
Being like,
you'll
I am not a
improve.
crook. She's... There's going to be a video of Sarah exiting a plane, holding up the peace signs with both hands, going, I am not a crook. I am not a doxer.
You're going to be in so much trouble there, Trippy. Fucking.
I hope so.
You're going to prison, Trippy.
Dude, I need to get on somebody who's actually famous as bad side so I can blood sport them and get some views.
Yeah. I mean, if you keep going for Sarah, she's not going to bring him in.
Right? Yeah, so that's right. Boogie, I'm calling you out.
Sunday!
Yeah,
Boogie 2188 versus Trippy.
I don't know if Boogie is a viable option. I heard he died recently.
Oh, he
I mean,
died
that might have
couple
just been a joke on
and then he
Metacri's
died
stream,
last
but
week, and then he died on Metacri's stream.
He dies every other week. He's pretty good staying alive for a fat man.
Yeah.
But Boogie, if you're listening, before this stream started, I was talking to Trippy Poop, and he said that you look like that bitch Sarah.
Who?
That bitch Sarah.
Who did I say looks like what?
Yeah, I heard him, Boogie. He said that you look exactly like that chick who was just on screen.
Oh my god, there may be a connection here.
I think I know how to get Boogie and Trippy to actually have their fight. Boogie, if you're listening, Trippy Poop said my beard is better than yours.
Brockus, pull up your beard to show how terrible it is. Otherwise, he's not going to know if it's a proper insult. It's a bad beard.
Gonna bring up that
it's just trimmed low on the sides, but I have this coming out, so I have the beard again. When I shaved my face, I immediately regretted it because I could see my face, and I was just like, I don't like this.
You could definitely cut that off though at one point, or grow it really long and just trim it, and then sell it to the company that makes Barbie dolls, and they can use them on their black Barbie dolls.
I don't want to do that. because one, that sounded racist more than it really needed to be, and two, I actually do plan on just kind of growing my beard out to be a specific length and everything like that, just to get that kind of Viking beard vibe. I've always wanted a long beard. Don't know really why exactly. I just think they look cool.
Mm-hmm. But
Man, it's the same reason anybody grows a beard ever. Because they want one.
Yeah.
Or because they're too lazy to shave it.
It's the closest thing to masculine that they can do.
I mean, there may be a connection, though, still, Schmeckle. That all the weight that Boogie lost may have come to life and become Sarah.
That could be it. That would explain.
You really fucking hate this.
9% of it is in her face.
You really hate this bitch, don't you?
She gets what comes to her. You know.
I don't even hate her. She's just she's my friend. She's
a brand new lolcow.
My gold mine of a friend.
Well, Schmeckle, did I also tell you that she made it a point on one of her live streams to complain about how cognitive thought took away her wrench?
Why do people throw such a bitch fit about the whole getting your wrench taken away thing? Like, dude, the whole wrench thing.
Motherfucker, do you know how many fucking messages I got from Zell asking for his fucking wrench back?
Yeah, because he's one of those fucking faggots who actually cares about the whole being wrenched on people's streams and stuff. And I'm like, look, I was wrenched on Tonka's stream and Failure stream at the same time, and then both of them basically took my wrench away. I didn't care. It wasn't a big deal. They gave their wrenches to everybody and then took them all away. It's not a huge fucking deal. Yeah, if you get the wrench, you get the wrench.
Entitled to a wrench for anything.
Yeah, you still haven't wrenched Full Metal Pickle, even though he'll be on the show on Thursday.
On Cuntstream or my streams?
Cuntstream.
Full Metal Pickle, yeah. On Thursday, we will be starting a new show. I forget what the fuck it's called.
Oh my god, that's
I don't
terrible.
remember you ever telling us. Or is that the name of it? I forget what the fuck it's called. Is it? Can that be the name?
I'm not gonna lie.
Really fucking.
I kind of want that to be the show's name. I can't. I don't remember what the fuck it's called or something along those lines.
So, like, what was it? Like, a bunch of guys get, like, super stoned. It's like, what's the name of the stream?
Musical literacy. Musical literacy.
Oh.
That's it.
What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
the mystery of I can't remember what it's called sounds so much better.
That'll be a different show. We'll figure it out. Like Tuesdays, 8 p.m. It'll be great.
I did.
Hosted by me and Samaj, where we purposely get completely blitz drunk and try to stream at the same time.
Oh, please. You think I'll get drunk? I ain't going to get drunk. I think
a recipe for success if ever I saw one.
If you do, Samaj, I'm just saying, you most likely will puke, and it'll probably be very entertaining for everybody.
Well, just because I puked on one stream doesn't mean it's ever going to happen again.
It does. That's exactly what that means.
I was just super angry, all right? I was just super angry, and so I got drunk.
But it was so good. I love how it ends.
Drunk,
I love how that stream ends, too, because you can hear you just dying on your end. Just go, end it now! End it now!
He's like, I don't want to puke no more. But we have some breaking news. Zell apparently can still DM Sarah, so.
Oh, yeah, no, even though
just saying,
I could protected, obviously it's showing that I could do the same thing, so.
Zell could probably get her a link, though, is all I'm pointing out.
I already sent her a link.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's probably going to block you now, too.
Maybe.
When I was on her thing earlier, she managed to block me after she kicked me, and she also blocked Ace of Skulls, which he did absolutely nothing to her.
Samaj, remember, in your message to her, tell her I love her. Tell her I'm here for her.
I will
tell her she shines with the beauty of 1,000 angels.
I will do nothing of the sort. I did my job. I sent her the link, and I told her what it was for us for the Cuntstream and all that.
Zell, are you willing to say all those things to her? Because I'll send you the link if you can send it to her and say all those things I just said.
You love her. And you'll be the first woman that you've ever she'll be the first woman, my fault, that you've ever licked foot. Yeah. You'll lick her toes and you'll put her pinky toe in your mouth, and you'll be like, "Ooh, baby." I think that's just a no.
Yeah, that's a no.
All the silence.
Yeah, no, that's a hang your head in shame kind of silence.
Well, I hate feet in the first place, but I got to assume fat old lady feet are probably worse.
She might have fat old lady feet. I mean, at the very least.
Well, she's a fat old lady, so I would assume she probably has fat old lady feet. They generally do.
Full Metal Pickles out there barfing. He's barfing in the chat. Watch your step, people.
Yeah, my stomach turned when he said that.
Why is he barfing?
Probably because of the phrase "licked foot."
That could be.
Yeah, Trippy. Who is this chick? Why does she hate you? Why do you hate her?
You know why? You know why, man? Like all that shit. I guess you could say that it started in the live stream chat of Gulf City streaming the first time that Unknown Archive was on there doing the dump a couple of Thursdays ago, I think. And she was fighting, I guess, play fighting with that same guy, Demon Hobbit. And they were going back and forth saying some really fucked up shit to each other. Like, if anybody were to walk in and see that, they would have no clue that them two were supposedly twins. And they're talking about fucking whatever, this, that, the other. He's calling her names. She's returning the favor. And I just jumped in and started calling Sarah names and shit just to fuck with her. Because, like, I've done that on live streams and stuff before, and she usually rages out. It's funny, you know.
Hell, that's how you and I kind of became, like, you know, internet compatriots. You were talking shit on me.
Wait.
I was talking shit on you.
Hold on a second. Are you saying that you hopped in there and because you knew that they were like what play fighting and just yelling at each other and saying terrible things? You hopped
I didn't
in.
know they were play fighting.
So okay, so you hopped in there and you started doing. So is it not feasible then that she thinks you guys are still playing? This is just one big long epic game of play fight.
No, man, she was mad the one time, like the first time I met her.
Really? All right. I don't know. Maybe she just doesn't know the game's over.
Yeah, Ace of Skulls was there. I asked him, him being a veteran, if he had ever killed a child.
Right.
The answer I received was not the one I was expecting. And she saw that as disrespectful. The fact that I had asked the question in the first place. So we ended up getting into a heated argument. It was definitely not a joking thing. And then I think that culminated last week in that 5-hour stream we did.
Well, to be fair, if nobody knows who you are and the type of humor that you do, yeah, that would come off as a very dickish move to say. Go up to a veteran and say, "Hey, did you ever kill a child?"
Right.
Because
well,
in all honesty, if I didn't know you were joking, even I would be like, "You fucking asshole."
Yeah.
Well, no, I asked it out of proper curiosity. He was talking about military situations involving children with like bombs strapped on and shit. So I asked him, if you ever have to kill one of them.
Yeah, but when it came down to it, his story didn't even matter. She was just pissed off that you asked the question in the first place. And she lost her shit and she was screaming at you for what, like 20 minutes?
It was a lot longer than that. We went for a couple hours in the after stream.
Yeah, and she claimed that she had been waiting for you to shut the hell up for 3 hours. I mean, not 3 hours. Why did I say that? 1 hour.
Ace of Skulls in the chat says, send him the link. He can explain this shit. When do you do that?
Oh, you want me to pop Ace the link then?
Yeah, you do it, Trippy. It's probably easier for you. For some reason, he never pops up when I type his name into the new message thing.
Oh, okay. That's no problem. I forget that we can even do that. I mean, you know what? He doesn't pop up for me either sometimes. Sometimes.
Yeah, I've never seen him.
So
He's never popped up for me. It's a pain in the ass.
Sarah just messaged me back saying she just said I'm good, so I don't think she's coming.
Tell her I love her. Tell her I love her, and I'll be very nice to her, and I won't even use curse words.
That's someone else's job.
Schmeichel, if you look at the Hangout side chat, just saying.
Placeholder. It was good having you on. Topic kind of switched from the original planned one, but thanks for filling the slot for us.
Not a problem. It was fun. Have a good night, guys, and enjoy the rest of the stream.
Take it easy, my dude.
Laters.
Have a good one, man.
And yeah.
Now we have $2 from a wild fox appears saying to pay for killing Opal's child, and then in brackets just a joke in case any of you thought that wild fox appears was actually into child death.
No, yeah, that's fine. I was gonna have to jump down a wild fox's throat and strangle that motherfucker, but obviously it's just
he's got to protect his woman's child.
Yeah. That just gets you a kick straight to the fucking lips. That's all it is.
Yeah. So apparently Sarah is unwilling to show up, and Samaj is unwilling to tell her about my love for her and how much I will protect her from these three.
I got it.
Great lunatics.
I got it. Samaj, message her and let her know that you don't care if she has varicose veins that surround her titty.
Oh my god! I just realized something. Schmeckel, you and Samaj are like Tim Allen and Al Borland from fucking Home Improvement.
Home Improvement.
Yes, because you keep telling Samaj to do things, and Samaj's response is something to the effect of, "I don't think so, Schmeckel."
Pretty much. Typical Canadians.
Yes, you're the Canadian versions of Tim Allen and Al Borland.
Oh boy.
What's up, everyone?
How's it going, Sinatra?
Hey, Sinatra light.
Not the docs here or anything, but I think I just found pictures of Bering and Sugar Tits.
Docs.
They've shown their faces for like months now.
But that's not the joke.
There you go.
I wasn't looking at the screen. Sorry.
Clearly you were. If I have to explain the joke, there is no joke. It's a failure.
Although I'm sorry, I was over on Twitter for a moment, just because like I saw I had a bunch of notifications, which was just new tweets of people that you followed. I'm like, God damn it, just refresh. Fuck it, I don't care.
Stop telling me about shit other people are doing.
Yeah, unless it's an actual DM, I don't give a shit. Or quite possibly certain models I follow showing titties.
Is it that in case you missed thing?
No,
like, in case you missed blah 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 from Opal.
I fucking despise when Facebook does that, because they will actually they've been pissing me off with their notifications and shit, and it's making me think like I really should just delete my Facebook, because they annoy the piss out of me with like, in case you missed these fucking notifications, and I'm like, why did you notify me about notifications that you've notified me about 4 times now? Fuck off. Clearly I'm ignoring them for a reason.
And shit from like 2 days prior, and it's like, why the fuck do I even give a shit about it?
Exactly. On this day, I don't care what I said in 2005. Fuck off.
Exactly. It's just Brockus on there like, trans people have a mental disorder.
No, it was mostly me raging out about fucking comic books and cartoons that were pissing me off at the time.
I thought you would have been a skeptic back then.
No, granted, I to a certain degree I was a couple of years ago very heavy into the skeptic community, but I never really pushed that shit onto Facebook. It was mostly just stupid jokes I would say on Twitter every once in a while, because I eventually shifted from Facebook over to Twitter when I got heavier into YouTube and started following certain people and shit. And then like Facebook just kind of took a major backseat, and I started only using it for like comic books, movies, and nerdy shit like that. It's essentially what I use for it now, because every single time I go on Facebook and I see a fucking political post from one of my friends, I just want to yell at them and be like, shut up, stop it, fuck off, I get enough of this on Twitter, and it's dumber over there. I don't even know how.
Yeah. Facebook does annoy the shit out of me too. I don't ever check it, like fucking ever. I think the last photo I put up is a Snapchat filter photo of me, and it's got 2017 glasses on, and I posted that like right on New Year's that year.
Yay!
Yeah, no, I have to agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Oh, I have photos of me
Yay.
for New Year's. Faggot.
Well, I mean, it's not like I left the house that day
And
or anything like that, so I was just being a happy guy.
I don't care. I don't fucking Snapchat or fucking selfie myself when I go to a fucking bar with people. I might tweet it out and say like having some drinks with the guys at this bar, and then 20 minutes later you see tweets from me basically saying how much I fucking love Guinness and Irish car bombs and shit like that.
And then it tells everybody your location, yeah.
I did that a couple of times, and I got really weirded out when a certain friend of mine that I forgot following me on Twitter eventually showed up at the bar, and I was like, how the fuck did you know I was here? And they're like, I follow you on Twitter. I'm like, oh, I forgot you're on Twitter. You need to stop following me.
That is stalkerish behavior. Like,
Following,
oh, hey, over here.
following you in multiple senses.
Yeah, it was really fucking awkward for me.
Yeah. It's
No,
weird.
I was wondering if like Ace wanted to pop into
He did.
further explain shit.
Yeah. So, all right, that night that you were talking about, the after stream,
Yeah.
because it was my stream, we were doing just a fucking silly thing about like, all right, different news that was going on, and Trippy sent out the link to, I want to say you, Schmeckel, Cadunt, and a bunch of other people, and you guys were nice enough to show up. Well, on the after stream, freaking, you guys hung around and bullshit with me, and that was the first time I met you guys, and I already knew what the Cuntstream was. I hung out in the chat quite a bit, so I knew who Schmeckel was, the personality of Schmeckel, the vulgarity of Schmeckel. So,
Me, vulgar, I am offended, sir. You
So-
have brought tears to my eyes and pain to my heart.
You named this stream the Cunt Stream, you fucking liar.
That
So-
was Samaj's idea.
so
I believe that.
I was
I did nothing of
completely,
the sort.
I was completely expecting a question of the matter of, where it was a little fucked up, where, most people would tread lightly around something like that. Schmeckel is you are an individual who will throw questions out there that most people are like, well, I don't know if I should ask that. And fucking, I gotta give you credit, man. Like, that's pretty damn ballsy. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to suck your dick, but when you brought up that question to me, that's why I also brought up, well, yes, asking a question like that, like, I'll answer you honestly, but you have to understand the other side of it. The other side of it is when you ask somebody something like that, whether it's a kid, another person, whatever they've been through in the military, you're asking them to relive those memories. So the memory recall of them having to go through that and that moment, it's going to mess with them. Whether they're, in a good place where they have good coping mechanism with them, or they're in a horrible place, it's still going to produce a memory recall. And like me and Schmeckel had good conversation about it. And I think I opened his mind up a little bit to like, oh shit, like, yeah, there's probably a better way of bringing it up, better way of talking about it than just, be like, hey, have you killed a kid?
Yeah, I could have been a little less blunt about it.
Right. And then that's when fucking Sarah jumped in and went, you need to apologize and blah, blah, blah. And she went on her at least 30-minute rant about it. And then Schmeckel, you're like, you know what? I'm not going to apologize. And I don't know if you remember this, Schmeckel, but I said, I don't expect you to apologize. I would expect nothing less from you. And honestly, you're completely fine. Like, you didn't offend me. I'm not fucking butthurt over shit. So fucking then Sarah decides to go off for another probably 45 fucking minutes to Schmeckel saying that Schmeckel owes me and other people who were in the hangout who are veterans apology, and you should support us and blah blah blah, and this person what they did for you, and she was basically trying to fucking white knight for me, and she's so retarded that she didn't realize Schmeckel is a Canadian. I'm American, so he doesn't owe me shit.
Yeah, that was the point where she brought up how you fought for my freedom.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, man, I had to mute myself because I was laughing too fucking hard. Like, this dumb bitch has no fucking clue. She really doesn't. And so, like, me and Schmeckel, like, we were fucking good. Like, I had no fucking qualms with him. But apparently...
well, we were so good that after that, I offered him a show on the Cuntstream, and he's now going to be doing a show on the Cuntstream.
Yeah.
I thought you told me that you only gave Ace the chance to have a show on the Cuntstream because you needed to have a retarded person on for quotas.
Well,
no. That's a lie. Come on. He told me that I was such a handsome motherfucking specimen that I need to be on the Cuntstream to outweigh your fucking retardedness.
I mean, okay, so now Schmeckel's just calling everybody retarded.
Both of them sound like things I'd say.
He also said that he was going to try to cut his facial hair into the same shape as yours because you're his idol. So I'm not sure which one of those is true.
That motherfucker does not have nearly enough beard hair. I'm not trimming my hair
McGog's in the
down
chat.
for him.
McGog is in the chat. Just saying.
What's up, Magog?
Ass rape.
I like that guy.
I'm greeting him.
He's cute.
More scarring tradition.
So it was either the next day or 2 days after, like, that shit went down in the after stream, that Trippy and freaking Sarah got into it on one of the Gulf City fucking streams. And it wasn't even really like a big fucking to do. Like, if you look at it, like, most of us who fucking know what trolling is, they were both trolling each other. But the point that Sarah brought up was she said something about Trippy's father who had passed away. And then she tried to claim that, oh, well, I forgot that your dad passed away. Like, bitch, you don't fucking bring up something like that and then try to claim that you forgot. You knew exactly what the fuck you were doing.
No, I could see it to a degree. Shortly after Antoine's split with his wife, I made some jokes about his wife leaving him, and then went, "Oh shit! Wait, she did." And like, sometimes you do forget that shit. It's not always on the top of your mind when it's other people's shit,
she
right?
Also mentioned about me having had a stepdad.
Oh, okay.
No,
that seems like she probably remembered your dad was dead.
Yeah. This is where the context is key, because I went through and did the little research and fucking did screenshots of what everybody said back and forth. So that way, because there's like 2 fucking streams later where Trippy ended up showing all this to fucking Sarah, like, this is exactly what the fuck you said, bitch. Like, here's the fucking proof. Well, and like on my fucking stream, she was like, yeah, I show my titties. I don't care. I love it. Blah, blah, blah. And then she tried to also define what a slut is. And her definition of a slut was that, pretty much exactly what she did. And I asked her, so your definition of a slut is what you're doing, but you're not a slut, right? And like, I think from the moment that after stream happened, she had chip on her shoulder, and she just got more and more butthurt. And like, now she's fucking sitting here trying to talk shit on other people. Like, this is somebody who loves the fucking drama and wants the drama so fucking hard. Like, and I even told her on my stream, the one that I fucking shilled earlier in your chat, that if you provide evidence of, Trippy saying this or that, or like, whatever it may be, to support your case, I will support you. I'll defend you. But you have given me fucking nothing. And tonight on her fucking stream, people were asking her for evidence, and yet she still can't produce evidence of anything.
No. Like, it's just
that's one of the things. I wouldn't drag this out because frankly she hasn't up until recently done anything wrong. It just annoyed me, right? But with this threatening legal action against Trippy,
the lawsuit.
like that is
saying lawsuit?
Oh yeah, he did. Well, and that's exactly what it is.
It's entirely what it is, and it's going against the fucking family. Trippy's family.
Somebody also referred to it earlier as #Tittygate.
Yes. One of the people that I've known for years, and she's like, "God damn, this bitch is still tripping over it." #Tittygate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because like one of the issues is like she won't let anybody else. Like we all know it here, people who are in this hangout. Like we all know that she won't let anybody else make their fucking point. When she was on my stream, I literally had to mute her 5 different times, and I woke my goddamn family up yelling at her, going, "Bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up, I will fucking kick you from this goddamn stream. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to fucking let you get your point out. But anytime anybody says anything, you want to fucking talk over them and shit on them and then claim, woe is me. I'm not allowed to talk."
Mm-hmm. But yet, she'll also do the whole rage thing for like 15 minutes at a time. Or at least what feels like an eternity.
No, and see, like, all of the shitty aspects of her personality and appearance and all of that are really easy ways to mock her and all that. I'm more interested in this case she thinks she has.
I have no idea what the fuck she's talking about. Like, when it comes to actually, taking it to court, she's going to be laughed out of the room.
It's why I was being completely honest earlier when I said I will be nice to her if she pops in.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear her side. I mean, I'll only be nice to a point, obviously. Like it's a within reason type thing. But if she pops in and gives her side, I'd be interested in hearing what she thinks she has.
Oh, we got a Darnell.
Well,
Dopo!
And when you guys brought this up earlier, the whole court thing, and you guys brought up, well, is her face in the picture? And you were like, no. Somebody in the chat made a good fucking point. I want to say it was Mark who brought up saying that she would have to show her tits to the jury to prove that it was her. Like,
it's more than that. She's claiming he showed these pictures on the fucking stream. There is a 5-hour stream sitting there that they can search every second of and never see a picture of Sarah, except maybe her avatar.
Oh, I think Magog is quite confused by the current conversation.
I'm typing it out to him, but I can just
fair
say it, I guess. I mean,
I also see that you're saying in chat, Trippy, that I gave you a shot and yelled at her the other day.
That was hilarious, dude. You were great when you fucking just raged on Sarah. That was great.
I was getting tired of fucking
understand
every single time somebody was trying to make a point. And then for her to bitch and complain about people not letting her speak or interrupting her while she's sitting there consistently interrupting everyone. Ace couldn't get 2 syllables in before she had a fucking word to say in the middle of what he was saying. I barely even got 5 words out before she had to fucking say something.
No, Brockus. No. Like,
see? That's shit. I couldn't stand it. I was just like, no, you sit there quietly. Shut your fucking mouth. Sit there quietly and just let someone speak, for God's sakes.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry, I'm
Okay.
Dogs exchange
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
dude.
Is it a Zell? I hear that's a thing. Schmeckle, what's a Zell?
Yeah, Moxley saying, what's a zeal? Oh, I heard he doesn't like getting called.
So Trippy, he typed it out in chat. Give Magog the quick story out loud for the people that don't want to have to look at the chat when they're.
Oh, okay.
listening back.
I could just read what I said to him. I said, this chick, Sarah Hatcherby Sanders, she sent me nudes. I made fun of them. Now she says that I sent her nudes out to people. And she also says that she's going to take me to court over it.
And if she does bring him to court, this will be the second court case that the Cuntstream has been named in, because one of her claims is that he showed this picture live to the Cuntstream audience.
The censored version that I mentioned.
Not even the full thing, the censored one, which he also did not show.
Okay, let me just butt in here with my half-asleep ass. What?
See, even... No, that's just me.
Even Manel can understand that this is a fucked up issue.
I don't know if you guys ever want to get to it, but the rest of the title of the stream, just saying, there's more things we never talked about.
Oh yeah, X-Men Dark Phoenix, it looks like shit. And
Yep.
Star Trek Discovery might win an Emmy, but it's probably deserved because it's just for the soundtrack. There we go.
Oh.
It has a better soundtrack than Enterprise, I'll say that.
Magog says, sounds like you got nudes and complained. What are you, the gay?
Magoo, come in and explain to Trippy why he's a faggot.
Sure. I'm down. I'm down to talk to you. Yeah.
And she also claimed that she has screenshots, and she has this is a great thing. She doesn't call them screenshots, screen grabs, anything. She has receipts of everything.
No, that's something I've heard from a couple old people.
Schmeckle, my favorite part of it was when she actually did refer to it as screenshots. She says, I have screenshots of you saying these things. She has stills of my audio, guys.
You know what? When you're living on the level Sarah is, she's so far above us. She might be in like different dimensions, man.
Oh, she's hanging out with Tila Tequila.
Yeah, I mean, she knows what shape the Earth is.
On Earth 7 and Dimension 4, or 5.
No, Dimension 4 was destroyed.
Is that where?
Dimension 3, you fucking moron.
Is that the same world Brianna Wu claims to be from?
Wait.
She doing stuff now?
Yeah, is Brianna Wu pulling the same shit?
Is she a clone? You must fill us in. We have a show that could be used.
Ass rape!
Ass rape!
Ass rape!
God damn it, Schmeckle.
Rinse and repeat.
Ass rape. Oh my god.
Rinse and repeat.
Okay, Rockets, you can never
Wonderful.
say that in that voice again.
I can say whatever the fuck I want, Dopal. You're the idiot.
Did
Child, 12-year-old.
Oh my god, it's the Futurama fucking Willy Wonka.
I was gonna say that pink cat from the Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Yeah, Mr. Snugglepuss.
Snugglepuss.
He's actually a bad impersonation of Hedonism Bot, but sure.
I was close. I said Futurama.
Yeah, you were in the ballpark.
It's probably the same voice actor who did that character.
I would love to claim that I was Hedonism Bot at some point.
Hey,
Yummy! The chocolate sauce.
Schmeckle, do you see what Bruni put in the chat there?
Sarah might be so far above us that she's with Liz Metile.
Song in the same rhythm with the host saying "cunt" in replacement of the music.
Okay, I don't know why he's doing
because Samaj can't read and he forgot to mute himself.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so
My
Samaj
My
was
bad.
doing text to speech on something I had typed in the side chat. My idea is everyone's familiar with the Final Fantasy victory song after you just beat a creature in Final Fantasy and all that stuff. Da, 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 da. Well, I was thinking, what if we talk to somebody who does music and just get the Cuntstream hosts to kind of say cunt in various ways to eventually create our own Cuntstream victory song, but instead of music, it is filled with us saying cunt over and over again.
You mean
Perfect. Kind of like that.
Cunt.
Yes.
One of you lesser co-hosts reach out to Gameplay Metal.
Also, my old
look you up.
my old computer, I could do the text to speech thing. You guys wouldn't hear that. I didn't know that you guys would hear that. I am sorry. Oh my god! I just looked over now and went.
Little embarrassed. It's all right, man. So, Magog, you had something to tell me.
What are you, the gay?
Well, if I showed it to you, if you know, I showed it to you, like apparently I did millions of other people, you'd be the gay too.
Oh, they're that bad, huh?
They got a shut off function to your penis for at least a few hours.
I didn't think that was physically possible.
I might have to be the judge of that.
And Magog.
Darnell, if you ask her, she may send them. You young and smooth-faced and cute, baby.
That's what you got to do, Darnell. If you want them, just go into a chat somewhere and tell her you want them. And apparently that's just her cue to send them.
All right, I'll try that.
Oh, no. I don't want you to. You're only 12. You got to be careful, dude. Don't get fucked up this young.
There's a 12-year-old in here.
That would be double.
Get a
Fuck
job.
you all. Fuck you all.
Get a job already.
I already have a job.
Really? What is it?
I can't disclose it.
Get a real
Man,
job.
he works for the goddamn cartel, and you know it. Look at that.
Can't disclose. His job lives in Canada, guys. It's a long distance job.
No, because let's just
He
say
totally has a job, lives in Canada.
let's just say if I do say it and some unsavory type hears it, I could get in a lot of trouble.
Man, Darnell, I've been spending the past couple weeks doing your job.
Yeah. He's the guy that molds Legos, people.
You could give us like a basic genre. Like, is it like construction, computer, security? Like,
you can say.
Look at the side chat.
Fast food.
Okay, yeah, fast food.
Yeah, I work in a fucking restaurant. That's all you had to say.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, man. He works at Waffle House.
Fine, yes. Let's just say I work at Waffle House.
He works at IHOB.
Don't be ashamed. Waffles
It's
are
not-
delicious.
It's not IHOP anymore. It's IPOP now for some reason.
That's why you said, you non-listening ass motherfucker.
And you work specifically at Eileen.
Yep. He leans and then he hobs over to IHOP. Well, he hobbles over to IHOP.
Come on,
Yeah, dude. You know that they wrote that song after they all gangbanged some chick named Eileen.
Nice.
Yeah. They were like, we're going to invent the bukkake right now, but we'll, write a song.
That must have been some grade A pussy for these guys to be like, that was so good, we should totally form a band and make music about it.
Did you ever see the scene on American Dad when the wife was talking about all the shit that she went through to like buy a kiosk, and it showed her walking away from the bed with that band, and the one guy's like, what was her name? And the other guy goes, I think it was Eileen. And then he goes, oh, okay, cool. And he starts writing, and he's like,
You know what a really unfortunate name is? I knew a guy growing up whose name was Benjamin Dover.
Oh, bend over.
His parents didn't even think about that. I was like, what is your sister name, Eileen?
The worst I ever had, and I won't say the name because I don't know if there's another one out there, but I had a guy who, him and his brother, both of their first names rhymed with their last name.
Oh, no. Like Simon Blyman.
Yeah, like that type of shit, but like both siblings.
Oh, wow. Here's a great one for you. One of my music teachers in high school, his last name was Ajarpu. He was from India. His parents came over here when he was fucking young and all that, but they named him Philip. So it's Philip Ajarpu.
Amazing.
That is great.
That is a good one.
I knew a guy in school. His name was Ryan Fagu. Just Fagu.
Wow.
I'm gonna break character here. Like this actually happened. We had a fucking we had a fucking sergeant in my shop when I was in the Air Force, whose last name was Sergeant.
Sergeant.
So when he went from like fucking senior airman to staff sergeant, he was staff sergeant. What was really confusing is when he was just an airman, people would be walking around, they're like, Airman Sergeant. And the sergeants would go, what the fuck kind of rank? That ain't a rank. That's not a real rank.
Yeah, Ray Stone in the chat says that he found a yearbook photo of a guy named Rowdy Negro.
Please tell me he's from the South.
There was also, I think, well, whatever. Back in the 70s, there was a NASCAR driver named Dick Trickle.
Oh, yeah.
Or a baseball player. I can't remember if it's a baseball player or a NASCAR driver.
Are we forgetting?
How many teeth did he have?
I don't remember. I'll just Google him. Oh, God, that's a bad thing to do, Google.
I actually had over at Security Forces at my base, there was a Lieutenant Payne. And we were all like, God, I bet you can't wait to make Major. Dude, I bet you can't wait to make Major, man.
I actually did know a chick in high school who had a lisp. Her name was Sam Payne.
I know a guy.
So I live close to
let me finish. What was funniest about Lieutenant Payne was his first name was Richard. His name was Dick Payne. His name was Dick Payne. He was Major Dick Payne.
Well, it's a good thing he never got shot in the dick or something.
Oh my God. Getting kicked in the gonads at that point has a whole new meaning for that young man.
Well, I certainly hope he didn't become like one of those doctors who perform circumcisions.
What if he does sex changes?
Now, obviously,
he just does sex changes.
Like, Payne or whatever, But yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
One of the guys I went to basic with, his last name was Slaughter, and he was our specialist going through basic, and he made sergeant pretty quick. So he was already Sergeant Slaughter within the first 8 months.
That's almost impossible. What are you talking about?
And then where I'm at, on one of the military bases that I'm close to, we have a chief officer around here, a warrant officer, and his last name is Officer, so you call him Mr. Officer.
God damn it.
Good names. People have cool names.
Oh, yeah.
Here's one fucking yearbook photo. It's it's Jesus, but if you looked at it, you would read it as Jesus Condom.
Yeah.
His last name's Condom.
Man, that's funny without the first name.
Yeah.
There should be there's probably like a website or something out there that has done like a list of the most unfortunate names in history.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, I was going to say, it reminds me of that New Jersey couple that tried to name their baby Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, they got in legal trouble, didn't they? And they were forced to change his name.
Yep.
Oh my God, here's a great name. Dixie Normus.
It's an airline food, right?
This sounds like something like Bart Simpson would say, "Hey, I'm looking for."
I'm pretty sure Bart Simpson has used that one.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Got an Indian guy named Anurag Dikshit. Last name Dikshit. That's what. Here, I'll screen share it. I mean, there you go.
You ever meet people who have like really unfortunate first names because their parents were like hippies or baby boomers or something that were all like hardcore fucking progressive or something? Like I have met people whose names are like Dream.
No, see,
And
the worst
like
I've
like
ever-
fucking names like that. Like I'm like, why do people name their fucking kids shit like that?
If they're
the worst I've ever come across were fairly normal, like Hope or Faith.
Those are fine.
But
Who was-
I've heard stories from the missus and from like my sisters and shit about kids I grew up with naming their kids weird shit.
This guy's
Oh,
name is
no.
Jack Goff.
I
God
just
damn it.
I just
Was-
remembered. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, was it John Lennon that we were talking about the other night, Trippy, where like he had kind of fucked up names for his kid?
That was Frank Zappa, and he has a daughter named Sharon. Or no, not Sharon. I just fucked that up with fucking Rob Zombie's wife's name. Anyway, her Frank Zappa's daughter's name is Moon Unit Zappa.
Yeah.
Moon
Yeah,
Unit.
no, at some point, like, I mean,
Yeah, no, I mean Michael
Aaron-
Jackson named his son Blanket.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
And-
how fucked up you gotta be to name your kid fucking Blanket?
You know what
No.
Nicolas Cage named his son?
What?
Hmm.
Kal-El.
Oh, wasn't there a couple that named their kid Northwest?
Yeah,
that's
Kanye
yeah,
West.
Kanye West.
Kanye West and Kim Kardashian.
Northwest and the last name Airlines.
Yeah.
I actually know somebody from like years ago, but she named her daughter fucking Sakura, based
Oh.
off of her favorite anime character.
well, see,
Oh,
that doesn't seem so bad. It just seems like a foreign name. But I mean,
Yeah, but
there's
I-
a point.
And then sometimes you meet somebody who has like a really cool name that you wouldn't think would be a cool name until you like really think of how unique it is. I went to, I think, junior high because he moved away before I went to high school. But in junior high, there was a kid in my class named D'Artagnan.
D'Artagnan. I've heard that name before too.
And he just
Nice.
he literally preferred to just be called Dart.
But
And I thought that was
D'Artagnan,
fucking cool, man.
D'Artagnan is a fucking name, and yeah,
That's a
you've
cool
heard it.
fucking name. That's a fucking Three Musketeers shit.
The fourth musketeer. That
Yeah.
was D'Artagnan.
I would
Uh,
love to have met somebody named Porthos and then just fucking go from there. Like, okay,
Yeah.
now we have to get.
No, I'm sorry. Porthos is
Porthos
the
the
worst
pirate?
name out of all of them.
Yes, Porthos was my favorite.
No, fucking Athos and Aramis, weaker
Athos,
characters,
Aramis,
better names.
Aramis.
Oh,
What I've only ever read it. I've never.
Porthos
watched
the
any
pirate
movies
was the
or
best
anything.
one. He fucked all the ladies, got drunk off his ass, knew how to party, lived life at its fullest. Plus, he was
I
a pirate.
actually really loved the Disney movie Three Musketeers with Kiefer Sutherland and Chris O'Donnell was D'Artagnan.
Oh yeah,
And
that was
fucking Charlie Sheen was Athos.
yeah. Charlie Sheen
Aramis
was Athos.
Kiefer Sutherland, yeah. And Oliver Platt was Porthos, and he was fucking hilarious. He was hilarious in that movie.
Oh wait,
got one.
but
Come, D'Artagnan, we are saving the king.
okay, but as I was saying, I went to high school with a girl named Isis.
So
No, that before ISIS was.
before
Yeah.
ISIS was a thing. Like that's an actually
Yeah.
That was the
Egyptian
name
goddess.
of fucking Catwoman's cat. The
Yeah,
cat's
it's a-
name is Isis.
It's an Egyptian goddess, and she's
Yeah.
literally a cat.
Like long
Like-
before the terrorism group and shit.
Yeah, like
Oh, this
ISIS.
guy,
yeah.
his name
But
is Dick Brown.
it's pronounced ISIS, I believe. I don't think it's ISIS. I think
yeah,
it's
like
ISIS.
No, she
Like
actually
even,
pronounced it ISIS.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Catwoman.
But like,
Well,
there's
yeah, alternate pronunciation of the goddess's name. You got to remember, the Islamic State's been around for a long time, but the Islamic State of what does the IS stand for? Something in Syria.
Yeah.
That hasn't been at least a major thing for a long.
You want to talk
so
about an
long.
unfortunate name? I've already been doxxed, so I've introduced myself. Everybody knows that out of character.
Cooper.
I'm Jeremy. When my parents named me, they had no idea that a movie would come out in the 90s called Powder.
Oh, powder.
And the main character's name, who was an albino kid who controlled electricity, was named Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
No, okay, I think I can also
Guess
beat
what?
you.
I'm so fucking pale with like blonde hair and shit, man. Guess what my nickname was?
powder.
Powder.
But I
Oh,
learned
here's
to
a good
embrace
one.
it. It was my call sign in Iraq.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
fine. I'm going to refer to you as both Magog and Powder now. just because.
I'm not ashamed of it. I embraced it. I went back and because I hated that movie when I was younger because I hated kids calling me that. But once you go back and watch it, you're like, it's not that bad of a movie. I mean, yeah, Jeff Goldblum's in it, but other than
I had a friend who her brother was going to name his first son Brockus. His name is going to be Broly or Broly.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, it's pronounced Broly because it's supposed to be a play off of the name broccoli. No, yeah. Look, I actually have a semi weird name. Like when I thought about if I'd ever named kids and shit, I had a name specifically designed. It was going to be Jason, but Jacen, the original Greek spelling of how that word, when translated into English.
So many people would say Jackin.
Yep.
No, but that's the way that Jason Solo's name was spelled. That's the way it's supposed to be originally spelled by the old Greek version and everything like that. So I went super nerd with that name, and everybody was just like, "Why would you do that?" I'm like, "Because I'm a fucking nerd, and I want that to be reflected on my kids forever because they're gonna hate my guts." They asked me like, "Well, what would a middle name be?" And I specifically told them, his middle name would be Ares because that was my favorite Greek god. And then they would actually ask me because my last name starts with an R. They looked at me at one point and they were like, "Wait, so you would have his initials? Spell out a fucking word, jar. Yes, I want this kid to hate my guts."
Nice.
Oh, don't feel too bad.
My full name spells out a word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, and with my kids, my wife had talked me down because our last name starts with an S, and I want to name my kids with the initials of ASS. So that way, anytime they fucked up, I could be like, "Hey, you little fucking ass, get over here."
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm calling them by their name.
No, you know what's funny? My brother's wife wasn't originally from here, so she was originally from the South. So when she got pregnant with his first son, Sean, they were trying to pick out baby names, and as a joke, my brother was like, "We should name him William Robert." And my brother's wife, Ann, she was like, "Oh my God, that's a really great name. Like it's classic and all this and that." She had no idea. So she went to work and told everybody, like, "We're thinking about William Robert." And all the people at work were like, "You're seriously going to name your kid Billy Bob?" And she came home and was like, "You little asshole." And my brother just laughed.
Oh my God.
This is why Magog and I should never have kids. We will fuck with children's lives.
Yeah, I'd name my kid like something. If I had a daughter, I'd name her some name that you don't see very often, like Lorelei. Something like classic like that.
No, dude, you gotta.
I don't want my fucking kid to be named something weird.
Yeah, that's true. Like this guy
That's
right here.
You can name your kid anything you want. I don't give a shit.
His fucking name is Mike Clitoris.
Yeah.
Or the next one down, Chewcock. I feel bad for Chewcock. Poor Asian guy.
Mike Latoris.
Yolanda Squat.
That was a joke in fucking Porky's where he called up the diner and was all like, "I'm looking for my friend Michael Hunt. That's Mike Hunt." And she's like, "Has anybody seen Mike Hunt? Has anybody seen Mike Hunt?"
There was one earlier up here. Her name was BJ Cobbledick. BJ.
That's just an unfortunate name. No matter, she could have been named like Elizabeth. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah. What about,
I'd legally change my last name if my last name was Cobbledick.
Yeah.
At that point, you change it to something less embarrassing, like fucking Cumberbatch or something.
Yeah. Well, you got Mike Wiener, and then it's either the or the Beaver.
Well, look at the cookie company that made really delicious cookies, but the guy's name was Otis Spunkmeyer. You're at the store and you're like, "I really feel like having some spunk cookies."
I see commercials for that shit around here. Otis Spunkmeyer.
Fucking Otis Spunkmeyer cookies, man. They're delicious, but you're like, what an unfortunate name.
This is a great name too, right here. Dr. Pornsack.
I love the Haji shops in Iraq. Like you go walking up and they'd have all the pirated DVDs and rip off Oakleys and shit, right? But they would always try to attract the American GIs by naming their little shack. Like they'd have a wood shack with shit inside of it, right? And so they'd name their wood shack like Jim Carrey's House of Sunglasses, or fucking what guys was just K Mart.
I hope this
It's
one's
like
not
drawn
real.
with a crayon on a piece of wood above
That is
the
a parent that hates their child.
Dude, I hope this one's fake because this person's name would be Jurassic Park.
That's
Why?
gotta be fake.
It's gotta be.
That's
No,
gotta be.
do you think but if it's real, do you think anytime they walk into the room, people just start saying the Jurassic Park theme song?
Bum, 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 bum. And this has been the meeting of the Cuntstream Choir.
Now that we've had the singing portion of the stream, I do have to point out we have a very important message in the chat from one of our regulars, one of our only regulars, Nightbot. He says, "Rinse and repeat. Be cleansed. Embrace the rinse cycle.
Rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat.
God, I created a monster.
I think this chick's name might be Bida and Bida
Anyway,
Neger.
I just
Why
wanted
didn't
to
you
drop
go?
on and say hi. And
Well,
stuff,
thanks for
but
doing that.
Yeah,
I'd rather it be a funny thing than a drama thing.
Yeah, I'm glad I gave you a break. You guys can go back to that if you want.
Oh, hey, Magog. Here's one for you real quick before you go. Major Dicky Head.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah, no, I got to bounce off. I've got
Magog, before you drop, show your thing.
Everybody subscribe to Magog Morscar and going on over to make Morscar great again. I mean, make Morscar real. Go fund me. Bring Morscar to life. Go fund me. But I'm sure everybody already knows that who watches your channel because I've been on your channel many times already this past couple weeks, which I appreciate. Thanks for letting me come on and talk about my fundraiser and what I'm trying to do and everything with my channel. So,
like I've said multiple times, man, it benefits me. If you get this shit out, I got something to watch.
It also benefits me because hopefully eventually people will donate enough money to where Morscar does come to life, and then we get all those awesome fucking ideas that are currently locked in your brain and written down and all that stuff. And, and it's all kinds of entertainment and joy. And seriously, if you don't go and donate to the GoFundMe to bring Morscar to life, I will hunt you down and cut you in two.
Well, if somebody would donate to me, then I could donate to him, and that's how it works.
Yeah,
bring Morscar to life, or I'll kill you.
Yeah, for every $100 you donate to the Cuntstream, I'll give Magog a whole $1.
That's a Canadian dollar. That does not count as a dollar.
Yeah, a Canadian dollar.
What is that? 50 cents
well,
for us?
Schmeckle, that means you owe me quite a bit.
I'll give him a Canadian dollar, and then as a result, I'll owe him my house.
Yeah.
So
you got to tax the shit out of it.
I did make it to 4,300, so I'm only 700 away from the goal. So
shit.
Well, if we go off of Trippy's math, you owe him about 15 cents.
Yeah, I expect that 50 cents soon, Schmeckle, and it better be Canadian cents too. It better have Justin Trudeau's face on those coins. They're going to be collector items.
I will get you a goddamn special. I will meet with the fucking vice president, prime minister, and get his face. I'll get a picture of his face, get it printed on a fucking coin just for you, Magog. I will hand deliver it. I'll have Samaj do it. Yep. But he'll wear the top hat. You'll think it's me.
Yeah. Yeah, I want a little picture of a dick on the one side and Justin Trudeau on the other side. So when I play flip the coin, instead of calling heads or tails, I'll be like, call dick or pussy.
Well, I can definitely get you the picture of Justin Trudeau. I can definitely get you a picture of a cock. I'll print him onto a coin. Samaj will hand deliver it. And you know what? You got to tip him, Magog. If not you, Poe has got to suck him off.
Yeah, sure. I'll leave him alone with the plastic Halloween prop.
It's been 10 years for him. It'll do.
So yeah, I just put the link to the GoFundMe in the chat, and I appreciate you letting me shill my stuff. And you guys have a good night. I've got to go make a long distance phone call to a buddy of mine. So
all right, you have yourself a good night, Magog. So Sarah's a whore, right?
Yep. I guess so. I don't know who y'all are talking about, but y'all have a good night.
Later, Magog.
Later, guys.
Later.
That long distance call is going to cost him that 50 cents from Canada.
He's calling Sarah right now.
That shit was 15 cents. It's not going to make the whole long distance call. There you go, Brock. It's a guy named Fat Ho.
Oh yeah, no. I think my favorite unfortunate names are the ones from different cultures. And over there, it's perfectly fine. It's normal. It's probably a very common name. Over here, all we fucking see is jokes galore, and it's fucking awesome.
Well, look at this guy, Robert Faggot. Never been married. Apparently he was on, like, the
To be
dating
fair,
show
that's
or dating
clearly
game.
French. She's clearly a fago, not a
Yeah.
faggot.
How about Mr. Love, who is also a sex offender?
If he wasn't a sex offender, that would be the perfect name.
Willie Stroker. Yeah, apparently he's a judge.
Some of these names are starting to be a little too telling.
How about this guy's Candy Cummings?
Oh,
His dad was trying to get him laid or some BJ's when he grew up.
dick tips.
Dick tips.
So now, I'm bored of this topic again. Brockus, it's very weird that I've become bored of this topic. I love ridiculous names.
Beckle, there's a man here named Tiny Dick. South Africa.
Well, before you get too bored, fucking Trippy earlier brought up Frank Zappa's fucking kids, right? And he brought up Moon Zappa, but I want to bring up Diva Muffa Zappa.
Oh,
Yep.
for fuck's sake.
Diva Muffin, like that would have been the perfect fucking cam name. Like,
Oh yeah, dude.
oh
He
yeah,
is one.
like
How about,
Diva Muffin, like that bitch could have fucking done some shit, fucking, you know, played with her little fucking twat on fucking stream. Been like, yeah, I'm a Zappa.
What's his he has a son. What's his name? His one's weird too.
Batman bin Superman.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Batman bin Superman from Singapore.
But no, Brockus, I would like an update on our favorite doxers, if you have anything available.
What? Did something happen in the trailer park?
Well,
no, not the trailer park. This is a whole different trailer park adjacent, I guess.
Okay, I'm just saying, we
actually
got
wanted
to
to call
be
it.
careful. I just want to say we got to be careful. It is tornado season.
No, yeah, I actually, I said that same thing to Zell in DMs, saying that these guys wouldn't technically be the trailer park because they're more trailer park adjacent. And then he came up with the idea, what if we called them the garbage dump or the sewer? And I said, I like the garbage dump. However, I feel like calling them the garbage dump would basically.
No, I'm sorry.
somewhat insulting.
The sewer sums it up because I've seen what this bitch looks like. She's a fucking sewer rat.
Yeah. So we went with the sewer. So the sewer is basically what we're referring to them as. No official updates. That is really like, you know, they're doing it again kind of thing. But basically, I have a bit more in-depth information.
That's exactly what I was looking for.
So it turns out that even though the faggot Doom Machine was the one who actually did the doxing and openly, very subtly, but openly threatened that he would dox.
I gotta clarify here, Brockus. Are you saying Doom Machine or Do Machine?
Doom Machine, like Mountain Dew, spelled
D-E-W,
D-E-W. But yeah, he openly doxed. He doxed fucking Zell in response to insulting him and Gwen. And when he did this in that same thread, not only did Gwen actually defend Do by basically telling Zell, you started this, now deal with it, you fucking asshole, or go suck cock because that's all you're good for, kind of shit. And then later, after I jumped in, she decided to start condemning it publicly because I guess she realized that she was supporting it and it was fucking bad for her. Anyways, even though Do was the one who actually did the doxing and Gwen was clearly the one who supplied it, making them both fucking the Zeph and Liz of the lower named people, it turns out a lot of this motivation and a lot of the drama was actually being perpetuated by a certain other person that they would stream with, somebody who was recently fired from Caffeinated or Die on Proper Villains Live. Cassie has apparently been a drama queen who went around and spread one lie after another trying to convince various audience members from Proper Villains to distrust and hate Antoine, which unfortunately they did successfully pull off, because it turns out that there were several white knights within our ranks. Yeah, so it turns out she had been pulling the fucking strings from behind the stage this entire time, and kind of was. I would not be surprised if it turns out that this Cassie chick was the one who actually convinced Dew to do the doxing in the first place. Although I think Dew was the fucking moron who just thought, "Hey, I'll dox Zell's face. That'll be funny." But so far as we can tell, or so far as I can tell, there's more shit to what's going on behind the scenes than we might see. But the majority of the information is there is an unfortunate evil mastermind behind the scenes, just causing more fucking chaos.
So who's this evil mastermind?
Cassie, as far as I can tell, some chick named Cassie. She used to be a co-host.
Some chick named Cassie ain't helpful.
Yeah, I honestly, she's a nobody who was a co-host on Caffeinated or Die with Antoine and Spark.
Yeah, but Broncos, you're saying all these things, and what I'm hearing is there's somebody going after the family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the worst part.
There is somebody who you would classify as a mastermind going after the family. Do you know what I did to the last goddamn mastermind, Brockus?
Yeah, you pretty much sent the trailer park packing.
Hey, if the sewer wants a fight, we'll go to the fucking mattresses.
Oh yeah, no. I'm definitely prepared for a possible stream war and shit. Especially since when recently Lo-Fi, myself, and Zell, Antoine is keeping his hands out of this, by the way. But when Lo-Fi, Zell, and myself were talking about this very topic on streams and everything, we were pretty much just kind of like laying out everything that we know. And this Cassie chick has been behind the scenes this entire time, just trying to destroy Antoine's reputation as much as she possibly fucking can.
And I wouldn't give a fuck if that's all she was doing. But from what I'm hearing, Zell was doxxed because of this shit.
Mm-hmm. Zell was doxxed because of this shit. She's doing what, from what I can see, and I'm not saying that we have any confirmed information, but what I can tell, it looks like Cassie is also trying to do everything she can to ensure Antoine never sees his daughter again.
And yeah, I hadn't even thought of that part, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's a lot worse than Zell being doxxed, if we're being honest. Yeah, I am more than willing to sit down with Cassie and speak about this like adults and see if I can convince her to patch it over. But I'm also entirely willing, if she's not ready to patch things over, to ruin a doxing cunt.
Accurate. Although I would count Cassie as more of the Yobi Axis of the three of them, just because like she's technically not the doxer, or
she's not the doxer herself.
Mm-hmm.
If she's the brains behind it, then
she's the brains behind most of the drama going on. Though I will say that she's the one who's been pushing the majority of the drama, causing bigger problems than they need to be, because people are either just believing and caving into what she's saying, or they don't know Antoine's side of it, or they don't know Zell's side of it, and they're just getting one half of the information and just going off of that.
Yeah, and see, I'd like to sit down with the two of them, Antoine and Cassie. But if this Cassie chick, and any of you who know who this Cassie chick is, I don't. If you'd like to pass along the invitation, tell her we can come and have a sit down. We'll have a conversation, and we can end or start this.
Unfortunately, I have no means of getting a hold of any of these people. Technically, there is one way I can get a hold of Gwen, but that will easily be ignored. As far as I can tell, Dew and Gwen have both decided to write me off completely, to the point where if I try to reach out to them, they will ignore me.
That makes sense. You did call them out for all the doxing shit.
Well, yeah. So there are other means. There are other people I could probably get a hold of that might be able to help. I'm not sure who's in their Discords, but I could probably reach out to a couple of fans who might still be in their Discord if they are, whatever, the olive branch of peace kind of thing. But there is that possibility that because you are associated with myself and proper villains, there is that chance that not a single one of them will actually want to or be willing to come on to Cuntstream. However, I do feel that the drama queen herself.
Oh, no, I should clarify. I'm not saying I need to speak with them live. It could be a private conversation.
Fair enough.
If people are doxing and trying to get people's children taken away, and the people being doxed and threatened to lose their kids are people I to some degree care about, then I'm gonna step in to try and help.
Yeah. I think what pisses me off about all of this, other than the obvious doxing shit, is the fact that people seeking attention will take a sensitive subject and make it public as much as they can, or at least spread it to the people that they feel like they can, to get more attention than they probably deserve or want and all that shit, just to stay relevant. It's kind of like how Zinnia Jones basically was irrelevant for several months since the election of Donald Trump and all that shit this year. Well, not just this year, but pretty much since,
This cycle.
For several months lately, Zinnia Jones has been fucking completely irrelevant. And then out of nowhere comes back saying she wants to come back to YouTube, and she starts making controversial tweets all over again saying that she's more relevant in today's society than a plumber or a firefighter. And it's like, you're doing shit like that on purpose just to become relevant again, just to get attention. And I fucking hate it, because this obvious sensitive subject between a broken up couple is being used as the very tool to push another person's attention seeking. And it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? The worst part of it is there is a little girl involved that is clearly being used for fucking personal gain.
And that's like I said, that wasn't something I was aware of beforehand. I was pissed about the doxing Zell, but the bringing the kid into it, especially it's not just throwing insults at the kid or something like that. It's trying to get this kid taken away from the guy. If that is the case, that's too far.
Yeah. I mean, I watched Antoine for days around certain points of the year, specifically his son's birthday and his birthday. For several days, even a couple of weeks before and after, Antoine would look, if he wasn't saying anything, if he was just watching TV or just playing a video game, if you just looked at him, he looked sad, like he was on the verge of tears. And
to be fair, he does have kind of a sultry, pouty look to him.
He kind of does, right? But no, he looked very sad, and I never really understood it until he eventually opened up to me and told me that his ex-wife has, for X amount of time, made it damn near impossible, to the point of it now being completely impossible for him to ever be able to talk to his son on his son's birthday or even his own birthday. So those times of the year, especially the holidays, would get very sad for Antoine because it's like there's a part of him that he's no longer allowed to have, and it sucked. And I felt bad for him, and for this to be a shadow of a possible repeat. I'm just like, I'm pissed.
Rox, I gotta cut you off. Metaphor says the kid is a token. That is an abusive situation, but somehow the kid got into the public space. Metaphorist, I can tell you exactly how the kid got into the public space. Before the split between Gwen and Antoine, they were trying to raise money to move because they were in a situation where they needed the money to get out quick. Not like anything abusive or anything was going on like that. They were getting booted.
Yeah, they got.
We helped raise the money for them, and a big reason that we did it was because of the fucking kid, and so that was one of the angles that we pushed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Gwen has left Antoine, taken the kid, been dealing with this guy who doxed Zell, based on shit he got from Gwen. Now I hear that not only after this chick has already taken Antoine's kid, there's apparently some other chick that this chick is involved with, trying to make sure that Antoine never gets the kid back. Yeah, now it's become a situation about the kid, and it's become one that's been made public because of the people doing wrong. Gwen, this Doom Machine, whoever the fuck this other chick is.
Now, for those of you who are listening who might not know this whole thing came to a head on Discord. Anyone who's not familiar with how Discord works is if you have a Discord server, the only people that can see the contents within your Discord server are those who are actually invited into your Discord server and have accepted the invite. So if you have a Discord of 20 people, only those 20 people and you can actually see the contents within the Discord. It is technically private. I say technically because, yes, obviously there's eyes other than yourself and the person you are mocking or talking to and stuff like that. But that is where it all started from. Zell made a few jokes, and he used jokes about a subject he's actually quite pissed off about. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that was the best thing for Zell to do, but at the same time, if you knew Zell like I do, you know that he likes to make fun of people, and he will sometimes use their weaknesses. Zell does not like Do, has never liked Do, so he wanted to make fun of Do. He also was very salty about the whole Gwen betrayal thing, so he kind of used that in his mocking jokes as well. And he used specifically Do Machine's face, which he doxed himself on his own channel with a couple of videos or 3-hour live streams, something along those lines, chatting with his buddies. He has shown his own face on his own accord. Zell just took screenshots and made several jokes using those screenshots. That's it. Do and Gwen did not like that so much that once those had been posted, he spammed the shit out of it in the matter of like 5 minutes. He made several jokes, got kicked out of the Discord, had a good laugh, walked away. A few hours later, Do hit up Zell publicly on Twitter and said, "Hey Zell, how about you post those memes of me here? I did see them, unfortunately." So Zell obliged and reposted them on Twitter because it was funny. Again, this guy's face is public information. We know what he looks like because he did it himself. And then, because he's an asshole, within 3 minutes of fucking Zell uploading those pictures, Zell gets a response of his own fucking face being used against him as a fucking meme. They brought the drama into the public eye. And I fucking just, I don't know, demolished them publicly. I embarrassed and humiliated the shit of them publicly. A few other people who follow me even jumped in and basically said the same thing, that they were pieces of shit and they were doxers. And they eventually faded away. This Cassie chick, of course, behind the scenes is just trying to make things even worse. It's it was a situation that didn't have to go this route, but it did.
Oh man, Brockus, this Cassie chick has stepped outside her bounds.
Mm-hmm.
She is. If what you're saying is true, I do have to keep in mind all I have is your side of this. If what you're saying is true, then she's reaching beyond the internet. She's reaching into real life shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not acceptable.
Yeah, and I would like to take a quick moment to actually clarify. I've never really interacted with Cassie, aside from a couple of streams that I've actually watched when she was a co-host of Caffeinated or Die. But that's it. I don't know of this Cassie drama. I'm getting all this information secondhand, and there is a very good chance I may have misunderstood or misinterpreted some of the information that I was recently given. When I was on a stream and people were talking about it, I was having very bad connection, so I missed like most of that conversation. But I'm kind of giving secondhand information myself.
Well,
And again, it could be wrong.
I would like to speak, if possible, privately, off air, with Antoine, and if anybody can make it happen, with this Cassie chick, and even bigger stretch, with Gwen and Doom Machine.
Not fair enough.
See if you can hook that all up. We'll deal with it off air. We'll try to deal with it off air, and then if we can't, we'll deal with it publicly.
Oops.
Anyway,
I shared Magog's link right after Nightbot. Sorry.
Well,
do the same thing.
Here's my big thing about it. All right. So if you go over to my channel, you'll see my face. I don't care. You can see my face any fucking time. Like, I'll cut on my camera right now. I don't give a shit. But it's one thing, the whole doxing on the internet. Like, most of us who have been around the internet a while understand how to handle that, the whole doxing thing and people being dickheads like that. But when you start to bring kids into it and you bring the whole legal system into it, that's a whole nother world. And like, that's the two different sides that I'm really hearing of, like, with Cell. Unfortunately, what has happened with Cell, yeah, trippy. Fucking, huh? I'll cut my shit on too right now.
Dude, I hope nobody ever sees my face. It's not good.
But
Schmeckle will get a little bit of growth. It's like several days.
Brock has showed his face earlier. We have all seen fucking Schmeckle's face. If you've been around,
Schmeckle's too much of a bitch to show his face. He's sweaty.
If you've been around the Cuntstream long enough, you've seen Schmeckle's face at one point. Let's be honest about this. But the reality of it is, when you start to bring kids into it and try to pull some legal bullshit with it, that's where it's different. That's where it really comes into question, like, what the fuck are you doing? And like, from what I heard, what you were explaining is she's basically sitting behind the scenes going, okay, yeah, go do this, so that way it doesn't tie to me. Like, that's pretty fucked up. Like, own up to your shit. If you're going to be that asshole who wants to try to tie up somebody legally, or, even with doxing, you be that fucking asshole and you fucking own it. I'd rather you be that fucking asshole. Like, if Trippy try to fucking put out all my fucking information, I'd rather him show his face, be like, Ace is this guy from this place, and like, this is his whole fucking background. I'd rather him fucking own it and show his fucking face too. But
in 1997, Ace of Skulls brought a magazine to school, and it It was supposed to be a Playboy, but he accidentally brought one of his Invisible Sisters Playgirl magazines, and he got made fun of it and called Playgirl for like 7 years after that. It was crazy.
Hey, don't lie. Those dudes were hot. You saw them.
Yeah. I mean, that's besides the point.
But when you bring kids into it, when you go through the whole legal system, and I guess my kind of point was where, this person that you were talking about, they're kind of sitting behind the scenes and trying to direct it. But with them directing it, it doesn't seem like they're willing to take on that responsibility of, I'm that fucking asshole. Like, if you're going to be that much of a shitbag, own up to it. Be a fucking shitbag.
Yeah, I that was probably one of the most annoying things that I was dealing with while I was calling them both out for their shitty behavior on Twitter. Was at certain points, both Dew and Gwen kept trying to turn it around on me and Zell and say that, have you even thought about how Antoine feels about you doing this publicly? And have you even considered, the possible ramifications of this and that and stuff? Like, have you even considered your friend's feelings and stuff? And I'm sitting here thinking, you just broke his fucking heart and you're trying to appeal to my morality?
No, I'm gonna be very simple. Gwen, I assume at some point you'll see this clip.
Possibly.
If nothing else, I'm trusting Brockus or Zell or Wolfire or one of them to send it to you. Gwen, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't give a fuck about Antoine's feelings. I give a fuck about your child and the fact that you are trying to deprive your child of her father. Now, I've interacted with Antoine on a fairly limited basis. I've interacted with you even less. But from what I've seen of the two of you, from the very brief glimpse I got of you specifically, Antoine is the more fit parent. Antoine is the one that should have that child. And Gwen, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that that ends up being the case. And that includes money, baby. I know you don't got none. Sound fair, Brockus? I didn't say anything out of line there.
No. That's completely fine. I have no objections to what you said. I do, however, find it funny when it's like the whole two poor people fighting over custody and possible money situations. Shit. It's kind of like two homeless men fighting over who gets to sleep in the box.
No, because at least with the two homeless people, you can just write it off as, the bigger guy gets to sleep in the box. Obviously.
Well, just tear the box in half and then share it. Jeez.
Man, nobody wants to sleep in half a box, Trippy Poop.
Exactly. Use your fucking head, dumbass.
Fucking legs will get cold.
Because they're just reminding me of that commercial about gambling online from years ago. Go to your box! Because the son was gambling online. And made the whole family become poor and homeless. I missed that commercial. Go to your box, Brockus.
The malevolent writer says, "Wait, what happened between Antoine and Gwen? Like Gwen's voice."
I don't want to repeat it, but
malevolent writer, she a hoe.
Personal IRL bullshit caused them to inevitably split up. Shortly after, drama ensued, and they were the ones who leaked it into the public eye. Specifically, her new boyfriend, Doom Machine, was the one who leaked it into the public eye.
Wait. Doom Machine's the new boyfriend.
Yeah, that's what I'm labeling him as, because this whole fucking thing is pretty much because of him.
Is it because of him? Is it because of Cassie? Like,
well, the massive drama, that explosion, that's been going on behind the scenes, that eventually came to the boiling point that we find ourselves in, that was pretty much caused by Cassie. But the initial drama being started was perpetrated by Dew for butting into somebody's relationship. That's how this whole thing, in my opinion, got started. I don't know where it all starts from. I just know that Lo-Fi and Zell, or at least from Lo-Fi's perspective, along with a few fans that have actually discussed this with us, they believe that Cassie has taken a bad situation and made it worse, and that she's the one that's keeping the drama going, and she's the one that's making the drama worse. But we are all pretty much in agreement that the actual doxing is in fact Dew and Gwen's fault. That Gwen is just as guilty as Dew is when it comes to the dox, because she's the one who gave him the tool. He simply just used it. And we all come to an agreement that that this whole situation is primarily Dew and Gwen's fault as well, due to the fact that one guy decided to butt into a relationship and somebody decided to let him. That's pretty much how this all went.
Okay, so the doxing, Gwen, Dew Machine.
Mm-hmm.
What about the trying to keep the kid from Antoine thing? I would assume that's partially Gwen, since
no, she tries to pretend on openly on whatever forum, most likely, trying to keep up appearances, making it seem like she doesn't have a problem with it, and she'd rather not talk about it openly and publicly and all that stuff. Possibly is behind the scenes in personal messages or DMs and stuff like that, talking to people negatively about Antoine and saying horrible shit about him. But Cassie's the one who is spreading misinformation. She's the one who's trying to, who looks like she's the one who's trying to destroy Antoine's reputation, to the point where, if it came down to it, she could, I don't know, make some kind of fucking petition or ensure the courts don't want Antoine to see the kid, all that stuff. Just, spreading fucking horrible rumors and shit.
Okay, so the way I see it, I don't like any of these people.
Oh yeah, no, they've become top of my shit list. Like, they're on the same level as Zeph, Liz, and Yobi to me. I want nothing to do with them. I will never talk to them again. I don't care if they want to reach out to me. I'm going to ignore them from this point on. I want them to fade into nothing. I want to ignore their existence. I want them to, if they ever try to show themselves online, publicly, if they ever trying to gain any kind of ground to get some sort of an audience, I want to ensure that they will never get what they want. I want them to fade into nothingness forever.
And see, that's the thing. They could always come back under a different name or something like that. But once what they've pulled comes out, it's going to ruin the names they currently have.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And this show may not be the largest place to do it. We'll certainly do it here, but
Do it on my channel.
I'd very much like to point these names in the direction of some other people that I know are fond of Antoine. Bring in a couple of the other families.
Antoine's always been a really good friend to me. He's the actual reason why I even have an online presence. Granted, I have chatted with some of my favorite content creators in the last few years on Twitter here and there, just one comment after another or one retweet after another, stuff like that. I've had a little bit of interaction and stuff, but Antoine was the one who I would mess around with the most, because I was like, one of his earliest subs. I would comment on his videos. People really liked our interactions in the comment section and stuff. So he wanted to eventually do some live streams with me and maybe some collab videos. And he was the one who actually approached me about it too. And he wanted me to kind of have more of a public figure kind of thing. He was even the one who gave me the name Brockus. Now, granted, I came up with the name Brockus for a fantasy RPG character long time ago and everything like that, but I had no persona to use online, and he was the one who suggested it off air. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's go with that. So he's the reason why I even go by Brockus and everything. He's the reason why I even have an online personality and shit. He's the reason why I'm as known as I am. It's not much, but it's something. And so I'm pretty much forever in debt to Antoine because of that. Like, I'm having so much fun. I've met so many awesome people. I've enjoyed so many streams because of Antoine. So to see him going through shit like this, it pisses me off to such a degree that I want to go and actually give in to all of my violent fucking urges. I just know if I did, it would make things so much worse for him. But yeah, no, I love Antoine to death. He's a great guy. He doesn't deserve this kind of shit.
I'm not even sure I'm that fond of Antoine. He's one of ours.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned, this is an affront to me.
You have made an affront to me and my family, and we will come down upon you like the wrath of something from a thing and stuff. Like that monster, Brockus, the monster from the Sargon pit.
Wait, you mean Sarlacc pit?
Yeah.
Sargon pit.
I think I made that joke like in the very first band solos.
I must have remembered it from you. But I just thought about that while I was taking a shit, and I was like, I wonder if I could trigger Brockus before the stream ends.
Well, speaking of ending, I'm going to bed. So, good night, guys.
Good night, Samaj. Later, Samaj.
If he ever has a kid, I hope he actually names his son Samaj.
That'd be great.
Like, I would love for that to happen. It would be so fucking funny. Like, because it's just, he's technically junior. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Samage. I'm sure some stupid ass teacher would call him something like Samage.
Probably.
Samage.
I actually did. I will call him shit like that on purpose just because it's funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, we're gonna shut the fuck down. Because I would like to get Zell in here, and I don't want him on here while we're live. He ruins shit. Oh, we just lost Samaj. So Brockus, can you do the Samaj thing?
Sure thing. I'm not sure who was on the show before I jumped in here, but of course it was Schmeckle, Darnell, Ace of Skulls, Trippy Poop, Samaj, and myself.
And placeholder something. Placeholder Productions?
Placeholder Films was here, and who was here for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna shut.
Oh, Magog was also here.
That's right.
Stuff.
Fuck. Sorry, Magog.
Well, we're gonna shut the fuck down. Tomorrow we got what's tomorrow? We got Not Safe for Wednesdays and Qualms of the Curious.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember what the fuck we're talking about. But they'll be good shows. Don't worry about it. Remember to rinse and repeat. Clean your cocks. Clean your cunts. And never have sex with a man named Brockus.